I don't want to be right.
What would Socrates say to that?
It tickles my fancy.
Okay.
Goosies.
I don't have hair.
Oof.
You got Marcos.
That's not. No, that's not.
Wait.
Yeah.
That's true. You do got me. Get over here, Marcus. Let me look at you.
They
don't want it.
Tobin and Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit it with a little journalism, but that was a decoy. Better have about me, boy. Okay, Leroy and Tobin, hold to the show, man. Still to the songs with the show, and till then his half moon open. Sometimes go taste like a snowman. No proof I'm alive by the motor. No proof. Like I always wanted him, I never hated him, I never traded him, and if I did, I never ever traded him. You know what? What is a star? Like another city, the driver's side flyer. Just like a large, so many more. 10 in the more, never a bar. 8, 10 in the more, 2 to the P. Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Handsome as ever, and cute as can be. You can watch it on YouTube with view for free. Ay. This one time for the Twitch. This one time for the text. This one time for the phone line. Whole time wonder what they gonna do next.
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
Oh, moaning, everybody. I am hurting today. Those damn Cincinnati Reds got too terrible. And I had some lollipop catcher throwing the ball in the 9th inning. Agustin Ramirez, one more at bat for all the dough. We got ourselves a Jays win in 6 innings. Rained out. We got ourselves an easy Heat Summer League victory. Eury Perez mowing him down. I mean, he was mowing him down yesterday. Baby Goat was looking fantastic. All I needed was a tater tot from the Gus Bus. And the Marlins, I mean, it was like a Bugs Bunny cartoon. It was dun, 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 dun. They kicked these Reds. I mean, they're on hard times right now, Leroy. Old Tito Francona. It seemed like that seems like a game you lose after. I think they tacked on a run in the 9th. So it wasn't 4 straight games. They've only scored 1 run, but they can't hit right now. And
The Marlins can.
the Marlins, they just kept hitting and hitting and hitting and put up a 7 spot on them early. And this was, dude, there was like 3 innings that started bases loaded, no outs for the Marlins. All I needed was the tater tot. And this damn catcher gets up there and he starts to. Do you know how crazy it is to look at a screen and see a professional athlete throw a pitch and it says 33 miles per hour?
Softball.
He was throwing slow pitch softball. He goes, lollipop. And Gus Bus, he fouled one. I was like, whoop. He's getting his timing down. He's getting his timing down. Last at bat. And finally, he gets one, cranks a real piss whistle down the left field line. Like Little League Park. It's going out. It's going out. Stay up, stay up, stay up. Ah! Hits the wall. Plus 3,000. Misses by inches. Damn it.
Yeah.
And you want to know something?
Yep.
It's his fault.
Coming.
Because you bring the bad mojo, dude. You need to start getting on board with our parlays.
Wait a minute.
Bad mojo.
Listen,
dude.
I've gotten in on some of your parlays.
Nah.
We had it all going for us, and
You
you were just
called
your
it.
home run's going to be the hardest one to get. You're getting too
What you said? That's what you said.
Okay. I mean, what's wrong with being
Just get
active?
on board with us sometimes.
What?
I could feel.
Wait.
You know what?
I have never, ever been talked to like this after being right.
This is ridiculous.
I didn't say he wasn't going to do it.
You.
I just said the hardest thing to get in all of these that you've just presented to me is the home run.
No, because the
and
thing
then
I'm
broke it down.
The thing I'm most mad about is you told me you first of all, we went into yesterday, and the thing you were most mad about is that I wanted to bet on Summer League, which I was loud right about because
Yes.
they kicked the crap out of the Warriors.
But again,
with no Khalil Ware, by the way.
again, understood. And I didn't even talk about that portion of it. I said, you want to bet the Summer League? Go ahead. Right? I said, let's look at what we're talking about. Baseball is 162 games, right?
Yep.
The team, the home run leader on this team may hit 35.
Maybe.
Out of 162 games, and he just hit a home run, and you think he's going to go back-to-back? I'm just saying that's the hardest. Of all those bets, that's the one that I would be worried about, because hitting a home run, you don't just go on a run and hit.
Yeah, but I told you my logic. It's because that park is garbage.
I understand that.
That park is garbage.
Did anybody hit a home run?
No, that's the crazy thing.
Right.
12 runs, no home runs. No
Right.
home runs. Stowers almost hit one too. I was gonna be really mad if we didn't go Stowers. He almost knocked one out.
But again, it's kind of one of those things. I wasn't like Debbie Downering your thing. I just merely made a point. That's it. That of all of the bets that you have, the hardest one is going to be the home run, because guys bat 600 times, and the league leader hits home runs less than 10% of their bats. That's it. That's all I was going with. That's it. And if somebody leads this team with 30, 35 home runs, that's even less.
I know, but this is the park to do it. This is where you get your ding-dongs.
Even if you hit a home run a game before?
Dude, he was an inch away.
But
he was
even
an
if
inch
you
away.
All right.
He was an inch away.
Listen.
So what are we betting today?
First of all,
what are we betting today, baby?
Hold on.
He's hot.
I'm going to say this to you, Jennifer.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
You are not going to be on the outskirts of the conversation throwing in hand grenades to get things going.
Wow.
She goes, no, but you were a Debbie Downer. You didn't even look him in the eye.
It's true. Well, I'm letting you lead the charge today then, because we got to do a Hard Rock pick today. And
All right.
I'm letting you lead the charge.
All right.
Because, but you need to come with the juice, because Frogboy and I don't get in for anything less than plus 1,500.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine.
If you come
That's
with me
fine.
some
But
plus
wait,
800.
if you would have took the home run off, right? And I should have did. I was thinking about doing it.
All right.
You
like-
weren't thinking about doing it,
Yes,
because you would never bet on Summer League.
Oh, that's true.
you would never
That's
bet on
true.
something.
That's
No,
that's
that-
where he would have drawn the
listen,
line.
You would have never bet
Can
on
I-
Summer
can
League.
I-
was so easy.
Can I just tell you? That is on the bottom of the totem pole. That's even lower than preseason football.
You're not kidding.
like
I was watching that fourth quarter and I was like,
it's
"Whoa."
like going out and betting spring training.
What a bad feeling it is for the Heat to be up 20 basically most of the fourth quarter, but then Summer League happens and all of a sudden the Summer League Warriors make it 11 and you're like,
because wait, here's the kicker. Nobody really cares. They just try to get their guys playing time to see what they could do.
and
So
those
you
guys
think-
don't care, because if they're end of the roster, some of the guys are like, I'm gonna get mine. I'm
Yeah,
gonna show out.
right.
Oh man. Headlines brought to you by Doral Kia. Doral Kia, choose from over 500 new Kia models in inventory at the Sportage, Sorrento, and Telluride. Remember, when it comes to Kia, the great deals are at Doral Kia. So yes, the Marlins smoked the Reds 12-2. Eury Perez, 5 innings, gave up a run on 2 hits, 8 strikeouts. He got them through 4 innings. He was mowing them down. Fish put up a 7 spot in the 3rd inning. Agustin Ramirez, 2 for 4 with a double and an RBI. Series continues tonight, 7-10. Sandy Alcantara on the hill for the Fish, still trying to find his way.
That's good though, because they've been on a streak and he still hasn't found his way. As soon as he does, that's only going to help the team.
One would think, because Edward Cabrera has been awesome, and and this is considering they lost Max Meyer to a busted hip.
Yeah.
So, and I don't know what's going to go on with him, because he's had Tommy John, he's had a hip he's had to lose. That guy's been a game of operation for his career. Probably going to be I would imagine he's going to come back as a reliever.
All right. I'll take
I would
that.
think.
I was going to say.
The Miami Heat, they smoked the Warriors in Summer League 93-79. Pelle Larson and Keshad Johnson each had 15 points, and the Arizona Wildcats teammates named All California Classic team, along with Cole Swider on the Lakers now.
Ooh,
Cole Swider's with the
huh?
Lakers?
Yeah, still
Wow.
trying to make it.
Hey,
Wow.
can I just say, nothing says intangible like Cole Swider.
Oh,
Sounds like he should be a
Swider.
country singer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit.
Mm.
A little bit. The Pinks! Inter Miami takes on the New England Revolution tonight at 7:30 at Gillette Stadium. So, that's just regular old MLS.
I know they've been playing for the last 3 months. Now like you say, Coach, this just a regular game?
Yep. Some news this morning as Chet Holmgren has agreed to a rookie extension, 5 years, $239 million.
What?
That can be worth up to $250.
Wait. What?
You heard me.
I mean, he plays 15, 20 minutes a game.
$239 million.
Oh no, he's definitely like a cornerstone of the future over there.
I understand that. But
And I'm crazy,
think about
like,
this.
how-
And
they
this
have
is why, you ready?
so
This is why I
much
get
money.
upset about the Heat.
Hmm?
Chet didn't play his first year.
Yep.
Came off the bench. And now he's got regular minutes.
Mhm.
So they had to make this decision without even full, playing starters minutes, 25 to 30 minute
Mhm.
Chet Holmgren, right? So if something go wrong, you stuck.
You stuck.
So
You know what helps that, though?
What?
A trophy.
Yeah, no, I know. But so I'm saying with the Heat, we playing all these, rookie games. You're even more behind it because you got to make that decision with less time.
Well, you won't feel so bad about it next year when Nikola Jokić leads the Heat to the championship and, he gets his $250.
Listen, this is no lie. If he averages 15 to 20, right, a game, then yeah, I gotta have him. But 15 to 20 gonna get you 250? You think
In the NBA? Yeah, these days. Apparently it does. So much money. This guy's making a lot of money, dude.
so which one of them you gonna, because you just brought in Powell. You got to deal with Hero,
Mm-hmm.
and then you got Jovic on the come up.
Yep.
And then next year is gonna be Kalel.
They don't have to do a Kalel yet. Kalel they could extend next year if they wanted to, but they don't have to do it till the year after.
So, you looking at all these guys, and you're starting to think,
It is one of the things that sucks though. Like with the new NBA, is I don't think.
yeah, but everybody else plays their young guys and sees what they have. So when they get to that point, it's a better. You have more facts to support the decision you may make.
But in fairness, I mean, if the Heat wanted to extend Jovic, he's not going to get that much. He's missed half of 2 seasons. One of them was actually 2 of them were with injury. So
okay,
I'm
just that's the part of this whole thing that, me personally, I would find out what I have, right? There's still a lot of questions on whether they can or they can't,
Mhm.
right? Tyler, until he plays 1 full season at the 2, are you really going to be able to get a full, idea of what he can do? Because you played him at the point guard, and that's not his best position.
It's tough because in today's NBA, a lot of the times that stuff is so blurred. Having a 3-point guard,
right?
But
Tyler plays better off the ball. Let's do it that way. So whoever brings it up, Bam can bring it up. Wiggins can bring it up. You got Davion,
Mhm.
or maybe even Powell.
Mhm.
You have a lot of different guys that can bring it up. Where it got to the point last year where, Tyler, you're our point guard. Go do all the stuff you used to do and facilitate.
Agreed. Yeah, but that's where they're at right now. It's not a perfect roster build.
No, I know, but I just wish, I think in order to make a lot of these decisions they're trying to make, if they had more clarity, right?
Mhm.
You're giving money to guys that you're still unsure about, and I think that's the Heat's fault.
The speaking of young guys, we got to get into one thing from Summer League yesterday, which was the 1st-round pick, Kasparas Jakučionis.
Plays hard.
Does play hard. Back after this.
WQAM broadcasting live from the Ed
I don't give a if you love me. I don't give a if you like me. Asking me how did it feel. Can't say it didn't surprise you.
Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2.
I almost missed the chair.
You sure did, dude.
With my fat ass. It's like, what are we doing?
Got that big dumper like Cal Raleigh.
Still not a fan of that.
Why? That's a great
But
name.
you know what? He helped hit the parlay, so I can't even, not.
He
like
hit the
this.
last one.
Not this
Maybe
one.
we go on him tonight.
That's
Well,
what
he
I'm
went
saying.
deep yesterday. Again, Leroy's theory, he wouldn't go on.
They're not gonna go.
But
back
this
to
guy,
back,
dude,
huh?
he's on pace for 64 home runs this year.
Yeah, whatever. Test him now. This guy's just not just gonna come out of nowhere. And if that's the case, bring him back.
I'm just saying, look, if you already passed your career high in home runs, because he did hit a lot of home runs, but if you passed your career high in home runs by the All-Star break,
Yeah.
in my day,
Yeah.
you'd be like,
Interesting.
interesting.
Yeah.
Nobody thinks anybody does anything anymore, though. Not that I care. I'm all for. I'm pro that, but I just think that back in my day, if somebody had a surge like that, you'd be like,
Yeah, is that not weird? I guess would it be bad for the game if they're like, oh, the most exciting story?
amazing for the game.
Come on, man. It's fun. Who knew about the big dumper before this?
Be amazing for the game if that happened. But yeah, yesterday everybody was making a big deal. You got a chase going on between him, Judge, Ohtani. They all go deep yesterday, although the Dodgers are struggling a little bit. Ohtani and then lost to the Brew Crew. Brew Crew hitting a little bit of a stride here. And so but yeah, got a little bit of a home run chase. Both of those guys, Judge and Raleigh, are on pace for over 60 home runs. So pretty good.
Yeah, but you feel comfortable with one person being like Judge being.
That's just a Tuesday for Judge.
Right. So you got to put it in perspective. I'm not
we-
saying it can't happen, but
Yeah, in a weird way, Aaron Judge is kind of underrated because I feel like if this was done,
I mean, they showed his numbers compared to the greatest home run hitters ever, and he's like way past that.
it's crazy. It's crazy. But getting over to the Heat. So the Heat had Summer League yesterday. They finished off the California Classic with a win over the Warriors, and really good performances by Pelle. Really good performances by Keshad Johnson. I got to be honest with you. The weirdest Heat Twitter take has been, why does Keshad Johnson have a standard contract? I'm like, what? That's what we're doing because he's not getting the ball. You know, you guys know he's a power forward. Like, what do you think? He should be getting all the shots? Like, how much do you think he should be putting up? And that dude had a third quarter. Because the thing that's cool with Keshad is he's from the Bay Area. And this has happened now 2 years in a row. So he's like the only guy who has fans in the building that let his family. But his family is like dozens of people who are coming to see Keshad Johnson. And he looked like, no joke, yesterday, Keshad Johnson looked like Summer League LeBron, and Pelle Larson looked like Summer League D-Wade. Like they were Keshad Johnson had a tomahawk slam and then a chase down block. I was like, he's so athletic and so fun. I love watching him play. Heat fans who don't like Keshad Johnson, I am not fans of because I don't understand you. He's so much fun.
So why doesn't he have a contract?
He does have a
man?
contract.
Let's get this man in
He
the
does have a
rotation,
contract.
dude.
That's a fair question. I'm going to tell you, there's got to be a couple guys looking. There's two guys I think got to be looking at Summer League and see those two guys the way they're playing and be like, minutes. I would say like Hayward R. Smith and Jaime Hawkins Jr. Got to be like,
I mean, like this is all fun and we all get excited about some of the guys we see. And then the season starts and they're sitting.
You can't sit Pelle Larson. You can't. He's too good.
No, I know, but he's one of the guys that his energy, but that's not a starter.
He's not a starter. He's not a starter, but he needs minutes.
So from that standpoint, that's that second wave coming in.
DC Curry goes, rookie a bust. Look.
Come on, man.
Listen to me.
What are we doing already?
Putrid.
Okay, putrid is not inaccurate, but a bit strong.
All right.
Wait, let me ask you a question. I use you, Marcos.
Yep.
How long you been working here?
5 years.
And use that term loosely.
Yeah, appreciate that.
And let me ask you,
Yes, sir.
did you have to do training when you first got here?
Did you do training?
I don't think so.
I think we just threw him to the wolves.
Yeah.
But you needed help figuring out where everything was and how to
Yes.
go about and how to do things and stuff like that, right?
Yes, I did.
And how long did that take you? A few days?
Few days.
Right. So this guy's
Some
been
may say I'm
wait. This guy been in the NBA for 2 summer league games.
Yeah,
Three.
yeah.
3
Yeah.
summer league games.
Yep.
Like, so is he supposed to be, let me ask you something. Is he supposed to be Jason Kidd right away?
No, not at all.
Okay. So why are you like anybody who calls somebody this quick a bust does not know what the hell they're talking about.
But he doesn't have to be Jason Kidd, but he's also doesn't have to be Asen Kidd because no J on that guy.
He is not. He is. He's one for. He's
wait
one.
a minute.
He's 1 for 15 in the summer league.
One for
But here's
15,
the
Leroy?
deal.
Come on now.
What was the knock on him when they drafted him?
Couldn't shoot.
Okay.
But even like he's missed.
Can he get a summer to work on his game?
He had 8 personal fouls yesterday.
Now
Leroy.
that
that's more points.
That's
than
it's the best part of summer league box scores.
It's
you,
so crazy.
you out there hacking.
Kasparas Jakučionis.
So he's 1 for 15. He has 8 fouls and 6 turnovers.
And he's been a pro for a week.
Yeah, well,
Like what? Like I don't understand why. And I'm gonna use real life situations. You ever call somewhere and you're pissed off because your service was terrible, and the person on the phone says, "Oh, this is my first day. Be patient." And I would say to you, that same person in return would not be patient with Kasparas, right?
Mhm.
Wouldn't be. And I'm like figuring out why. We all ask people to be patient in our own lives. Hey, I'm new to this. Hey, be patient or whatever. He's been a pro for a week. Can we just give it a couple of months? A couple of months, please?
I'm with you. Look, I want to give him that. I'm just saying, like, a bunch of people are being rat bastards about it.
I would love to go to where you work and see if you were like the best version of yourself the second you went in there.
The thing with him, I thought that he started the game off really well yesterday. I thought that he was getting downhill because the one thing that he's shown an ability to get to the rim.
Right.
He has gotten to the free throw line. He had a nice pass to Vlad Golden. By the way, that Russian is strong.
whoa.
Oh, no,
man.
he's-
I'm liking what I'm seeing there.
I'm liking what I'm seeing.
If you watch a Michigan game, it's like a bull in a china shop.
Dude,
In the paint,
he was good yesterday.
he's just moving
liking
stuff.
it,
I
man.
like him. I like him. I like him a lot.
Take some notes, KJ.
What do you mean?
Whoa!
5 years older than him.
Whoa!
But I felt like the shooting because Keshad was trying to set him up yesterday. Like he was backing dude out of the post and like boom, kick out to Kasparas, and you could just tell like he's got the squeaky cheek shooting a little bit.
It's not like, but as a young person, okay, the one thing you learn as you get older and further along in sports is you don't let a string of bad shots or missed shots stop you from continuing to put yourself in the right position and taking those shots. When you're young, you start thinking about numbers. Oh no, I'm 0 for 5. Oh no, I'm 0 for 6. Okay, I'm not gonna shoot it, right? And that's, you get in more trouble. That's the sign of a young player. That's it. Like once you get older than that, you hear the veterans say, "I missed 10. Oh, I'm probably gonna make the 11th."
It's
right?
That's the old Dion Waiters.
Right. But that's an older player thing.
What's the Dion Waiters quote? I'd rather be 0 for 30 than 0 for 9 because that means that you stop shooting.
Yeah.
That's it.
Philly
So
cheese,
like,
man.
can we just stop? Like,
Why isn't Philly cheese on this and any of these one-on-one tours?
Right. I was
By the way,
thinking
have you
big
seen?
3?
I love what Michael Beasley has become. Michael Beasley,
Yeah.
since the Lance Stevenson thing, he's become a bit of a cult hero even more.
Yep.
And everybody's now like, people are getting froggy with like, oh, I want to. He's getting into it with Swaggy P, and he's like, put up the money. He goes, well, he goes, I'll play. Let's put up the money. I'll like, if you think you can beat me a one-on-one, let's go. Let's play for a prize. And the big one right now, apparently, we're infringing upon some beef with Melo.
I saw that.
Him and
Dude.
Melo.
Come
Dude,
on.
let me explain.
Hey.
Let me explain something to you.
Melo said he's never lost.
Let me explain something to you. Melo,
Mhm.
your knees don't bend. Be careful.
Okay.
You've been running straight-legged for the last 3-4 years.
There's something to this Michael Beasley one-on-one thing. Like, I think
Yeah.
this needs to be part of the All-Star weekend. Like, I think that this is like, if we have a
Throw a mill on it.
yeah, dude.
Oh.
You wouldn't want that instead of the stupid ass skills competition
Yeah.
or the
I
G
gotta
League
tell you,
dunk contest.
I gotta tell you,
Hey.
like, it's like Michael Beasley gets in all these beefs, and I don't even know if he talks.
Oh,
It's like
Oh,
people
no.
coming. I know
No,
he
he
talks, but it's more like people coming at him.
It's always people coming at him.
Right.
They disrespect. And meanwhile, the only person he says ever beat him one-on-one is Bam Adebayo,
Yeah, it's
which
true.
is like crazy.
That is crazy, actually. Yeah. That's the only
Well,
person
listen.
he really gave us flowers to.
I've been saying what Bam should be from the second he got into the league.
You know, I was like watching somebody put on Twitter the other day him at Summer League where he was just like crossing dudes up, like just getting in
no.
his bag. I'm just like,
See,
Mm.
here's what I learned when I started playing professional football. That people look at the role you have on the team to determine how athletic you are, right? Or how skilled you are.
mhm.
It is not Bam's fault that they had him doing dribble handoffs for the first year.
You feel like the Heat made Bam less cool? Like, are they like?
Yes.
It's one of those
Yeah.
because even Beasley said that in that OGs where they're like, he's a point guard. You guys don't even understand.
Right.
And like, I like was watching. I was like, man, look at him go to work. Like he did add the, he started hitting the threes this year, and that's cool. I'm like, man, maybe Spo uses him as a safety blanket too much when sometimes he's a beautiful quilt.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like he's
What are we doing? Yeah, I was going to say, you're just
Yeah,
going to run
I'm
past that?
just-
A lot of
Yeah,
patterns,
I know.
know,
Oh, no.
various.
No, we get it.
No?
Yeah, we understand.
Why?
What, too much?
dude, we're having a good
I
conversation.
didn't even get a point
here.
for. I didn't.
And then you
Beautiful
have
quilt.
I didn't.
no,
even-
you don't get a point. You don't try to get a point in a meaningful
-1.
conversation.
Still deserved a point for.
No, you didn't.
I deserved a point for Jakučionis.
No,
That one was good.
like
Point for Tobin.
why we got to stop the show to give you your
I
flowers?
just thought
-1.
I just thought it went underappreciated.
Tobin's a show pony.
Can I hear Coach Glass on the rookie?
Yes. Yes, you
Let's
can.
hear what he had to say yesterday, huh? After the
Uh,
Heat's California Classic, California pick and roll. Here was what he had to say about Lithuanian Luka.
Wait, was that like a sushi one?
I don't know. I thought you needed time to stall.
Oh,
That's what
thank
you look
Well,
like.
That was good, though. That was
So
good.
it's a work in progress. He's going to continue to get better. His fouling was a little bit too much today, but I love his aggressiveness on defense. He's really helping us on that side of the ball. Offensively, we were able to find some solutions. We were able to get him downhill and get into the paint. Our spacing was better for him. I thought he had conquered the issues that we had ran into with him in the first two games, and then just like everybody else on our team, once they started doubling us in the pick and roll, it was problematic for everybody. So, we'll clean that up and we'll be better at it if we see that again.
There you go. Coach Eric Glass after the Heat Summer League yesterday. Take a break. Get into more shenanigans on the other side. Back after this.
Is it Jazzy Fizzle? Production.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. Miami Dolphins. What are we, like 2-3 weeks away from training camp? What do we got going? How much longer, Marcos, before we put the shorts on?
We have exactly 16 days.
I like that when training camp starts, you put the shorts on, and then you got to wait a week now to get the pads on.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm grateful for that, though. You know, you got that conditioning week.
What if Mike McDaniel starts off this training camp like Mike Tice, and he puts the pads on?
Oh. Most teams will have veterans reports on July 22nd. Full rosters reporting on July 23rd.
Let me tell you, Mike Tice got a lot of Man Campbell in him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He was the tight ends coach when I was there.
Was he?
Yeah. He took over after Denny.
A little too greedy with them tickets.
Oh, yeah, that was dude, hey.
Oh, no, I was exactly right, actually.
I don't know. I can't tell this story on here.
No,
Saturday, July 26th.
that's totally fine.
Oh, rookies reporting next week.
Oh, the
for the new coaches. See, here's what sucks. When your team get a new coach, you get an extra mini camp and you got to report a week earlier.
You know the one thing I'm worried about, though? This Savaianaya, we can't have a Casper situation with him. I need this guy to be good at blocking immediately.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm counting on this guy.
For sure.
He's keeping Eichenberg off the field. Hey, Big
That's
Jonah,
why
I need you, big guy.
When people have conversations about is a team better on paper, it's really a dumbass argument for this reason. You're assuming that you know what the guys they brought in could do better than the people that brought them in. So when you look at the new faces that are on this team, right? You never heard them until they brought them in.
Mm-hmm.
And you're making the assumption of whether they're going to be better or not. And I would say,
really hope they're good enough.
We don't know. Right.
Really
but it's still, it's hope. It's hope. Like, I personally would say one of the things that I'm a little iffy about is when you need a player at a certain position, you're going to have a hard time getting me to approve it if you sign a hurt guy. To where now you don't know what his talent's going to be when he's coming back from an injury.
Oh.
You see what I mean? So that is the problem I have with what they've done offseason. That being said, I don't know how far he is along. I don't
Daniels?
know.
You talking about the other guard? Yeah, I have no idea.
We have no idea.
It's going to be a bummer if he's not like ready day
right.
one. I know
exactly.
it doesn't matter maybe, but like
exactly.
I would love it if like, hey, day one of camp.
You're going to get that feeling like, oh no.
Yep.
Right?
100%.
Like we don't know how Jalen Phillips is going to come back. We don't know how Chubb, although Chubb.
I think Chubb's ready to go.
Chubb should be. He's been off 16 months.
That's a completely fair retort.
Right. But I'm just saying, even coming back from injury, you don't know how they're gonna play. So to make a determination of how good all these guys are gonna be, without even having some of the answers, like the team has the same questions.
What's a harder adjustment to the NFL right away for Kenny G or Savaianaya? Like, is it harder offensive line or defensive line? Do you have like any inkling of like what usually takes?
I would say
who can you fast track faster?
Defensive line. Because if you're good enough, you could just go say Hulk smash. Right? Just go cause havoc. There's been defensive linemen who were so dominant that it was hard to understand what defense they were in because he went rogue. Right? You hear the stories that all defensive linemen do, if you're good enough, same thing with linebackers. If you're good enough, you can work with your tackles and y'all come up with something and no matter what the defense is. But you better be damn good. Otherwise, you're going to hear it from the coach. Now, offensive line, there's schemes, there's working with somebody, there's, tandem blocking, there's getting to the next level, there's pulling, think about this. New guards, A couple of times during camp, the quarterback gonna get his foot stepped on.
Oh no.
Like that's part of it. Right? That's part of it. New center. Like, yeah, those things, there's more interaction with others. I can put a defensive lineman in there and say, go cause havoc, and we'll adjust to you. I can't say that on the offensive side of the ball.
You think we got those snapping issues fixed this year, Marcos, with Brewer and Tua? Because you remember Tua yelled at us because we were eating chips watching snaps.
Yeah, that goes into how I feel he's gonna give no bleeps. You know, I don't think he's gonna. That was all a mental thing. I do think he's got it fixed, but he can't go at the crowd again. He can't go at the fans again after that, because last year it was like immediately after saying, "Oh, while you're eating your chips," he wants to fumble the next game.
Oh, that was a bad look.
It was not a good.
It was a bad look.
This year he's just got to shut up and just do it,
or just have good snaps.
That's a good thing.
Here's what I learned: sports is going sports, right? And you can't really put yourself out there because you have more opportunity to fail and prove them right than you do prove them wrong, right? And so you got to be careful with some of those things you say coming back. But I will say this. For Tua, it's a good thing. It's a good thing that he's basically taking responsibility for his play. That means he's putting himself out there. That means that he's going to bust his ass to make sure that he's doing everything he can to not be that guy. So, like, yeah, for him, because it's a little different. You know, first couple of years, he was a little, no, okay, you know, but now he
was definitely beaten down. Like in those years where like Flores was and him were not agreeing. The whole Tua is my quarterback thing. That was a man who was broken of confidence.
Right.
So it's good to see him more confident. I would, not do the chips thing.
But. Hey, you can't. But here. You can't determine the level that you're going to get back. Right? It's like, you watch a fight and the guy starts feeling froggy and he starts dancing with his hands down.
Sure do.
And then get knocked out.
Not everybody's Roy Jones.
Right. See? Too much. But you can't tell him. Right? It's one of those things like, oh, okay. Like, Tua plays with 10 other guys on the field. And a lot of things have to go right for Tua to have success. So you got to be kind of careful being out there defending yourself when your success depends on other guys.
The other thing that's going on in the NFL right now, Kirk Cousins. You see quarterback debuted. Marcus, did you watch any of that?
I saw Joe Burrow clips.
Joe Burrow. Yeah. Let me guess, he was passionate.
Yes, he was.
This
passionate.
guy needs more haters. Can I just tell you?
Let me tell you that this show is not going to help because I saw no other clips. Therefore, these were obviously the most marketed. And the clip was they won 37-27, but his offensive line had 8 false start penalties. So at the end of the game, he's having a bit of an argument exchange with his coach about how even though they won, it was embarrassing. And it's kind of like any other quarterback would be depicted as, look at this baby crying. They won by 10. But for this show, it's like, look how passionate he is in victory. God.
Yeah, more like Joe Burrow.
He's like, it's embarrassing out here. Look at us. 8. And anyone else would be like, look at this baby.
Guy needs more haters, dude. I'm telling you. Not enough people are coming at Joe Burrow.
I mean, it's ever since, like, we did this with Jimmy Butler. Like, there's certain guys that we say, what have you done for me lately? And other guys, you take what they've done 3-4 years ago, right? Joe Burrow went to a Super Bowl his second year because he was hurt his first year, right? That was a long time ago in sports.
Sure was.
But we're still, when it comes to,
because nobody can beat Patrick Mahomes. It's annoying.
But when we get to it, and we say, oh, what quarterback do we think could beat? Because he did it one time way back when.
I know. Jalen Hurts gets less credit, and he beat him in the Super Bowl.
Right, exactly.
Outplayed him in 2.
Exactly.
And he gets less credit than this Joe Burrow.
Yep. So my whole thing is, how does he get the pass and some people don't? right? Because guess what? Tua could win the division. Tua could win the first round, right? Get into the second round, struggle a little bit, which would be the divisional the divisional weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And people will still complain.
I'm also confused by one thing, quarterback. Like, wasn't Kirk Cousins supposed to be gone off the Falcons? Like, why is he still there?
Right. I thought he was going to be the first one to get traded.
I thought he was getting released, and they picked up his option, and they're going. So they're.
You know why?
He's just on the Falcons.
You know why
year,
they had to pick up his option? They hit against in the cap. They hit against the cap.
I thought he was just gonna. I thought he was.
No, he had.
Gonzo.
Didn't he sign like a $100 million all guaranteed?
Yeah.
Right. So depending on how they paying that out.
But it's not his team. It's like you're just paying. He's just the most expensive backup.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Because they'd rather have him on the team, right, than get rid of him and still have to pay him. Like that's just bad business.
See that there's a quote out that he felt misled by the
oh yeah, there was no way he was happy. It was weird because it's like, when do you see a guy get that much money who's that established? I mean, Kirk Cousins is I know Kirk Cousins gets a hard time, but he is very established, and you gave him this money coming off the Achilles, and you're just like, and we're drafting a quarterback.
Well,
10.
part of the problem is that, look, coming off an Achilles and being Kirk Cousins, a guy who's not very mobile, like, you got to have a backup plan.
Mm-hmm.
And they did. And, I think he said he had another injury or something that they were kind of giving him the runaround with. And then, like, see, this is the thing that I tell you guys about football. They want you to suck it up and give what you have if you're banged up. And then at the end of the year, they hold it against you. So I don't have sympathy for a team whose player says, no, I'm going to stay out until I'm healthy. Because every time you go on that field, you're graded, and no team ever says, well, he was banged up. And if you look at the last two instances, I would go with Kirk Cousins and Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
Who played a whole season with a messed up shoulder, and they're like, oh, you suck. Goodbye.
Take a break here on the show. Appropriately, our Tua is next.
It's time for our Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua. It's our Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Tonga Vailoa. Not
Tua Tagovailoa.
A for effort. Dolphins quarterback.
Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua.
Tua.
Tua, Tua, Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Can go to hell. Tua Tonga Vailoa. Dolphins quarterback.
Daddy loves you guys.
Our Tua with Tobin and Leroy.
Check the history of
Hour 2 of the program, ladies and gentlemen. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. We're streaming live on YouTube and Twitch, Miami 560 WQM. You can also listen to us in your ears. We are streaming on the Odyssey app with Dolphins training camp around the corner. Canes not too far away. Heat making moves. Summer League. Talking about it all. We're keeping an eye on the Panthers and Marlins as they continue their seasons. So keep up with everything. Listen to Tobin and Leroy on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps. All there for you for free. What's up, man?
nothing. So
Fix your camera.
you want to have a football question real quick?
Sure. Love it.
Because I like asking you these questions because I like you to keep it real.
Hmm?
Like in real life, you know, that IRL. That's what I'm going to do with you.
Sure.
Keep it real.
Girl.
If I tell you right now who has more of a chance next year, I'm going to go the Canes or the Dolphins. Who you got? College may be a little easier just because of competition, but they still, when they've had powerhouses, they still haven't won the ACC.
That's true.
So I'm just going, you got Tua, and then you got a quarterback who won a national championship and that team didn't want him.
Yes.
Right? So there's that.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to have the Canes going to have an unbelievable defense, I believe. I just think with those guys returning, they look really
And a
good.
new coordinator.
Yeah, that's true. And then you got the Dolphins. Like, I don't know where they fit in because they have a lot of pieces that you can honestly say you're unsure about.
Much tougher schedule this year than last year for the Canes.
Yeah.
Last year was
I just saw Virginia doesn't have to play Clemson, Miami, Notre Dame, or who else? Who's the other? They have to play SMU. They don't have to play any of those teams. So they might qualify for the championship just because of their schedule.
Yeah, the Canes have Notre Dame to open up the season, which we're all excited about. They got Florida end of September. Then they go to Florida State. I don't know what Florida State's going to be this year.
Is that the most baffling
But
thing?
it is a rivalry game.
Okay.
And then they got to go to SMU this year.
Ooh.
At the beginning of November. They got Syracuse. You guys better get revenge on that game.
Syracuse
Still makes me sick to my stomach.
Well, I mean, Syracuse
21-0, dude.
Yeah. You do realize who you're talking to.
I know.
All right.
Fine.
I've been on.
What a crime.
You know what's amazing about that situation? You never remember the times you were on the other side of that. Because the Canes have been playing with fire for like 3 weeks.
They were playing.
Right. So
they literally had, but what they basically had was like a stunt devil at quarterback. Because he's like, watch this, guys. There's a swimming shark. I'm going to tightrope it across. And hey, we came out with the win.
Right. And so when you're on the other side of that, why do we insist on not believing that it could happen to you? Right? The Golden State Warriors won 73 games 1 year.
It just felt
they came back from 3-1 and then lost 3.
It just felt like the defense got progressively worse as the season
went on. Were they banged up, or was the offense just putting them in a lot of those situations?
Well, I mean, the offense, they did have to come up with some key stops for the offense to pull out those miracles.
Yeah, but they were in that situation. I don't know. So that's the thing. When you think of when you think about the Dolphins, I think defensively they'll be okay, right? Offensively, you have a lot of power, a lot of firepower.
Gus Malzahn's still doing it.
Yep.
Jesus.
But
guy looks like he should be in a rocking chair.
but you have a better, I would say, you have more hope because you've seen the players that they have success.
Yeah, I think the Canes got a good backfield. I think that they have, they've shown
the offensive line is dominant.
Come on.
Yeah.
Just full of moose.
Yeah. But that's how a football team is built, in case you're wondering.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and so to get to your question on the Dolphins, would you be more surprised if the Dolphins finished first or last?
I would be more surprised
first.
Well, you're just saying because you got Buffalo. But I would say
who they can't beat.
Right.
They can't
I would say this. Shockingly, I think they'll win 10, 11 games. I do. And here's what I'm going to say. The sign of a good coach, right? And I do believe, when I say I believe Mike McDaniel is a good coach, one of the signs of a good coach is to be able to self-evaluate. And when I look at all the places that he's coached, all those places have had a physical run game. Like while we're talking about, he came from San Francisco. San Francisco's physical up front, which is amazing. I don't recognize. This is nothing that Mike McDaniel did last year. Nothing he's done in all the places that he's been in.
Nope.
Nothing. Now, I will say this. Young coaches and new coaches sometimes overcoach a situation. That means that you think you know what they're going to do, so you come out with an adjustment without even identifying whether they can stop what you do. And that's what it looked like he did last year with all those short passes, all those runs, trying to figure out, hey, we're not strong in the middle on the offensive line, so we're going to run a whole bunch of sweeps and quick passes and try to be ahead of that, when sometimes you got to just line up and play football.
Sure.
So I think if you go back and see all the places that he's come, this is the farthest away from any of that, what they did last year.
Yeah, they couldn't run the football to save their life last year. It was because even when they had Mostert, and I remember you talking about this, like it took him a while. Kind of took until Jeff Wilson got there to start running up the middle, like kind of change the attitude of the team and Raheem Mostert. But like last year, he was bad, then injured. And, so I'm hopeful that
they got a couple of more physical running backs. They got a couple of physical guys up front. But this is one of the situations where I'm going to say this. One of the things I appreciate about playing at that level is that guys have the ability to adjust to what is demanded of them, right? Like, football players aren't soft, right? Offensive linemen, defensive linemen are not soft. But sometimes you put them in situations where you're asking them to not be as physical and, with all the sweeps and stuff like that. And they lose focus on being physical and understanding that offensive, defensive lines are physicality.
So you'd be more surprised, Marcos, if they were first than last?
Yeah, for sure.
Just because they can't beat Buffalo.
Yeah.
Because none of us think nobody thinks the Patriots are going to come out of nowhere to win the division.
Nope.
Even though they spent a lot of money, they got a new coach, Drake May. People are higher on him.
They're going to be extremely physical. If you look at what their coach has done at every stop, they've run the football, play action, physical up front.
Wasn't he supposed to cut off his junk?
He would only cut off his junk if they won the Super Bowl.
Oh, okay.
They only got to the AFC Championship.
I got to tell you, I wish I had won a Super Bowl.
Not like that.
Not like that. And I would hope that everybody would understand that we not cutting. We're not self-neutering.
Paleo says 2-13 versus Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Okay, it happens. Like I've been victim of that.
Is that it happens? It feels like that. No, it's
Dude.
a certainty.
Yeah.
Guess what?
It happened to the Dolphins.
I think in the 5 years I was in Cleveland, and then in Minnesota, and then in Baltimore,
Mhm.
I beat the Pittsburgh Steelers one time.
Two things are annoying about the Bills, right? Not only that they stomp the Dolphins, but it's always that they lose to Josh Allen. And has Tua gotten hurt like 3 times against them? Seriously?
Yeah.
I know he had the concussion. I know he got his ribs broken. I feel like there was another time too that he got hurt against the Bills.
Wasn't it his head hit the ground like a late hit or something like that, or his back?
I don't know. Maybe it was only twice, but there were 2 big injuries. I know he got his. I know AJ Epinesa broke his ribs.
Yeah.
Because the Dolphins had a dollar store line.
Wow.
And then went Leroy Jenkins putting his head into DeMar Hamlin.
Not the best. Not the best form there.
So like, I think I'd be less surprised if they finish last, just because I don't think they can finish first. I don't think they can beat that team until I see it.
Until you see it, and
until I see it, how can I believe it?
Right, and that's the thing. Like, there's certain aspects of just Dolphins football that until you see something different, I can't be mad at you if you make an assumption.
Evan 11 says, I think you guys are omitting that there have been times they've been close to beating the Bills, like last year. Yes, but there's also been times where the Bills have stomped on them too, Evan. So it's like usually there's a close one that's always a squeaker, and then there's an ass kicking. Except for the year they were able to beat them in the heat, and then they played them pretty close on the road.
Right.
You know, where the Bills fans all recognize, did you guys know it's hot in Florida? Oh, I hate fan base.
Ban the sun.
Is the guy in the elbow room, is he a Bills fan? Is that why they host them? Because I don't want anybody to turn down money, but can we ban them? Can that just be a Panthers bar now?
Yeah, come on, right? Like the Bills haven't brought you championships. No Bills fans are there at 3 a.m. waiting on Sasha Barkov.
I miss him. Where is he? Where is that rascal?
Getting drunk.
him and Reinhardt. That one goes for the ages, those two.
Yeah.
Let's go. It sounds like they're having fun in there.
We're having fun here.
No. Barkov's like, we're having fun here. And Reinhardt's like, we'll party. And you're just ranting like a drunk.
Yep.
You ever have that like with a friend where you party with them too much, but they get emotional, so you gotta watch them?
Yeah.
But you're drunk too.
Yep.
And you just want to get into shenanigans.
Like when you started shadow boxing?
Yes.
Dude. So first of all, we walking down the strip and go, was that the same time we go, are you hungry? And we ate, I got lobster mac and cheese on the strip, and it was 100 degrees at 12 o'clock at night.
Hungry.
And we were hungry. So we walking through the casino. No, this was the first time we went.
Oh.
Because this is when we went with Crowder and Hawk to the restaurant, and you were sitting at the bar behind me buying drinks.
The boy Dale on YouTube says it was the DeMar hit, the wobble walk, which they won the wobble walk, and then the broken ribs.
Wobble walk.
The wobble walk was my back, right? Was that the one that was?
They said he hurt
back?
his back.
Yeah, my back.
When he was probably concussed
for sure
because he got shove skied.
100%.
And then he got hurt, right? Like he got hurt
Yes.
the next day on Thursday Night Football they played.
Yep.
Yeesh. Stupid Bills.
Man. Dirty Bills.
Dirty
You know
Bills.
what's annoying is like they're sitting here and they're doing the same thing with Patrick Mahomes, but it's such a higher level. Like we can't even win that part of the video game to elevate. Like,
if you get past Josh Allen, you got to deal with the
Like,
boss,
it's frustrating,
the boss monster.
It's frustrating.
We
you
tried.
know?
We tried.
But you know what? Like, this is like sports. Like sometimes somebody gets on a heater, and if you're that other team or those other teams in that, it's like the Jordan years, right? How do you think Utah feels?
Oh.
Right? Like it, like, come on. It happens. But I'm like, everybody was talking about Utah. Oh, they can't get over the hump. These guys can't do this. These guys. But the answer is Jordan. So you're talking about Patrick Mahomes and the Buffalo quarterback in the same conference.
Mm-hmm.
So the only way you're going to get past it, and this is how it happens, is at some point they play each other and cancel one out, and you only got to beat one of them.
Take a break here on the show. Streaming live on YouTube and Twitch. Back after this.
Roma, Roma, ma, ga, ga, ooh la la, what about romance, ga,
Wow. Leroy's going international. You're going to England this year?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I told you this already.
Fictional blow, kind of. I just didn't know if we could talk about it.
Wait.
'Cause
International?
The
Yeah.
Leroy Hoard Bowl is happening this year across the pond.
Yeah.
Picture camera.
So
Vikings
he's
versus
going,
Browns.
he's going overseas.
Wow.
Well, just when you thought you couldn't get cooler.
I'm going. I'm gonna leave on a Wednesday and come back on like a Tuesday.
That's cool.
You ever been
Yeah.
over there?
Huh?
You ever been to Europe?
No.
Wow.
Wow.
No, my wife
You're gonna hate
and my
it.
daughter wanted me to go to. My wife and my daughter wanted me to go to Paris with them, but
You would have liked Paris more.
I don't
No.
feel like you're gonna like the food there.
I was
no,
gonna say,
huh?
I don't feel like you're gonna like the food there. I feel like
Too
there's
foofy.
too foofy,
Yeah.
too much thick
it's not
beer.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard nothing good about English cuisine other than fish and chips.
Nah, like and that's nah, dude.
Yeah.
So, needless to say, things I should not ask for in London: fried catfish. No.
Dade South says Leroy's gonna hate the customer service.
Why?
I don't know. That's what he says.
Uh.
Oh, go get you there, old chap.
So do I have to just ask for a pint?
Of course, you have to try it. You have to try it at least.
Beer is too filling.
It's gonna be so warm though.
What do you mean?
They do room temperature beer.
That's what they do. They don't do cold beer.
No way.
What?
They don't do. No, it's all
Not
warm.
anything.
Nope.
No, they don't use ice in Europe.
Yeah. Or deodorant.
I can't say
I'm sorry. No,
Too much.
No, I'm sorry.
Wow.
I saw that on
So
TV.
yeah, I'll
So
be
you're like an ambassador. You know what you're doing? You're growing the game more than Joe Burrow.
the game.
You're actually growing the
Yeah.
game.
Oh man.
You got to hit the links there, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
They're
cool.
taking me I go golfing at 2 places.
Ooh.
And then like I don't know if I'm gonna do the tours. And then I do like a meet and greet.
God, Leroy's gonna fat shame the
And
hell
then
out
I
of him.
have and then
Man.
I have to double dip for the halftime. I mean for the pregame.
So you're like going on both.
Yeah, so I go to I do the Browns tailgate and then go do the Minnesota tailgate.
Oh, that's early. That's October 5th. Is the
Yeah.
very cool.
Yep.
You're
And
doing
I think it's gonna
London
be cold.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
Anybody
me,
going with you? Your family?
Metcalf, you know, we always
Oh man.
do stuff together. Me, Metcalf, Bernie.
What?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so it's
Is
more of a
Tay-Tay
brown strip.
coming?
Huh?
It's more of a
Tay-Tay?
brown strip.
Yeah, that's a brown strip.
That's a
for sure.
brown strip.
Nah.
Brown strip.
But then I got Mike Morris
Okay.
All right.
from the Vikings. I don't know who else is going. But cool thing about Mike Morris, he was the long snapper when I got to Minnesota. He played guard when I was in Cleveland.
Vikings, John
Oh,
Denny.
so that's a
Yeah.
brown then.
So he played with both teams also.
That's a brown strip.
I feel like Leroy's gonna fat shame a Buckingham Palace guard.
Oh, for sure.
No, I ain't going there.
Why not?
Dude, but wait. So it's funny that you say that. I've been watching Rain.
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 Oh, Rain on Netflix.
Yeah. No, on Prime.
Oh, it's on Prime. Okay.
Yeah. And I've seen it already. But I would just watch again because I'm amazed at how they do business back in those days where they arrange marriages at a young age to kind of have a relationship with the country, right? But then, you don't even have to love the person. Then they have mistresses, and they put the mistresses up in the
They do. They get other chambers.
in chambers in the castle, right? Or they call it in the court, right? And then they have bastard kids.
Yep.
And everybody's just like,
Well, that King Henry, I mean, he wanted that son, and so he just swapped out the wives. He's just making his own laws.
right. So it's like, yeah. So it's like
what he did?
right now it's
That's what he did.
It's basically about Mary Queen of Scots.
So he was very horny, but he also wanted a son, and the first wife, he couldn't get a son. They only had a daughter. And so he goes, well,
Gotta
I'm
get rid of
going
it.
to take another one for a spin.
So,
But they're like, no, you can't get divorced. He goes, guess what? I'm not Catholic anymore. Boom.
And that's like, while people talk about religions, woo,
Yep.
whether you were Catholic or Protestant back then, that was a big deal.
That did not
Because
go over
the
well.
biggest army in the world was the Vatican. You couldn't make a move, you couldn't get married or divorce without the approval from the Vatican and the Pope.
Yep.
Whoa.
It was basically the Amias Papayas versus Nicolandria of 20, I guess the whatever century it was back then.
1500s.
1500s.
Wow. So he invented the transfer portal.
But
It's essentially.
Oh, he goes up there and he throws the Queen Catherine away and he goes, I'm Anne Boleyn guy now. See ya.
He's done.
So yeah, it's crazy. And then the most evil people in all of these castles, the mothers. Oh my goodness. What's the name? Medici? The Medici.
Who's that?
The family is very big back then.
The Medici. Spell it.
What?
Catherine Medici.
Oh.
Medici.
That didn't. I don't think you said it 3 times. I don't think you gave.
It's
any-
Medici.
She was in my 4th grade class.
What?
Yeah, I remember.
Huh?
Very smart. Oh, I see. De Medici. You got to say it like that. But even though she's French. The spelling.
Is it Medici or Medici?
It's DE space MEDICI. De Medici.
Yeah.
But it's French though.
It's French. And it's like, oh my goodness.
You got a French accent? Do you got a Rudy Gobert in you? Do you?
Me?
Yeah.
You asking? Yeah.
Oui, oui.
Oh, oui, oui. Yeah.
By the way, the French don't talk like that.
Oh,
We talk like that.
This
is how we talk.
Sacre bleu.
You know what? A big thing in
De
Canada.
Medici.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
See, like the German, they have uns. Like everything is uns.
Oh, it's not.
And then the French are
Croissant.
and then the English are
Yeah, how can we forget?
I was telling Leroy, I was like, this is the most international the Heat have been. They got somebody from Italy,
Yeah, true.
Serbia, Lithuania, and Sweden.
Yeah, if only we got that coach from Spain.
Oh my goodness.
What?
Jay Gatto.
Hmm?
I want to fight you right now.
Why? People in the UK are gonna see Leroy look like a Timu. Who's that?
If you saw him, you'll know who it is.
I'm gonna Google it.
Yeah.
JFig says this is cancel material.
It is.
Yeah, I do
Hey
see that.
guys, I got a complaint from our Odyssey station in France.
Hey, look, if we were on Love Island, we get pulled for this.
Oh, Love Island, dude. Let me tell you.
Come on.
Can I just tell you?
Do we need to take a break first? Because every time you get carried away in Love Island,
I just
we
think
through
this show has lost its plot. It really has. I can't with who they sent home yesterday.
They sent someone. Oh yeah, because the finals. coming
Yeah,
up.
the finals are coming up, and I need a minute to compose myself. You know, we'll mix it on up. We'll take a break. Back after this.
Going
Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the show. We're streaming live on YouTube and Twitch. It's that time of the program, ladies and gentlemen, where you hear the reins, hand the reins on over to some webbed digits. Frog Boy, what do you got for the mixed bag?
Guys,
Yes.
do you know what yesterday was the anniversary of?
July 8th.
Mm-hmm. Where were you July 8th? Maybe like 2010-ish, potentially.
Is that my honeymoon still?
Selfish.
What?
Just always think about yourself, huh?
I don't know. I was trying to figure out what was it?
The decision, of course.
LeBron's decision?
LeBron's
Man,
decision.
15 years already, huh?
15
Good
years.
God. I know. I remember exactly where I was that day then. I was at the old 790 The Ticket Studios because I hosted the Decision Reaction Show.
Did you?
I did. We went all the way, and we went late. It was myself, David Allen. I think somebody else was there too. I forget. I apologize. But we went all the way till 5 a.m. till Sedano took over.
5 a.m?
Yeah, we literally went all friggin' night.
And at that time, were you guys like active on a text line or phone line? Like, I want to know, were there fans like up at that time? Like,
There was people were calling. Dude, people were calling
Losing
the
their
show
minds.
all night.
Wow.
All night they were reacting to the decision.
That's amazing.
It was literally like it was nonstop. People were calling us pots and pans. It was literally like the Heat won a championship.
What would it take to replicate that? Because we won 2 championships.
I don't think you
Panthers.
can. I don't think I don't even think if Joker came here, I don't think it, because first of all, I don't think he's hosting a TV show.
No way.
And it's just so in the, like, first of all, I don't think there's 3 guys that can get together like that anymore. That would have the gravitas of Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, and Chris Bosh coming together.
Yeah.
That would be like, oh man.
It would be the equivalent to, I mean, who would you
I'll tell
say?
you, you know what, to be honest with you, the most it's been like that, and it hasn't, it was probably Luka Doncic getting traded. It felt the most like a decision of like, just, oh, is this like, but even that was a little bit like, whoa, this happened. We all knew LeBron was thinking about jumping. We kind of felt by that time, the decision, I think a lot of Heat fans were feeling pretty good that he was going to possibly pick Miami. But the hate that he got was different than Luka, because most of the hate went towards the Mavericks.
Right. Right. That's it.
Everybody hated
how
LeBron.
it would be somebody.
And we're all here celebrating.
Yeah.
I mean, the closest thing you have to any of that is OKC. Those 3 guys are amazing, but they were already together. Would it be KD going to Golden State?
People were mad about that for sure, and they thought that
They
was
were calling,
but
they were calling KD a coward.
they definitely did, but it still wasn't.
I think that
it
would
wasn't,
be it,
because
actually.
even his return to OKC wasn't what LeBron's to Cleveland was.
Right.
Yeah. I think if, unfortunately, because they're old, it probably still won't slap the same. But if somehow Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, LeBron James said one last season, we're going here, people would be like, wow, that's crazy.
Steph would have to leave Golden State, though.
That's the thing. Yes.
Steph would have to leave
Yes.
Golden State.
I'm talking they go to like Utah or something.
But that
like
would be, it would have to be like, so somebody
And they
coming
would
up.
say they're too old. Everybody
Yeah,
would immediately
that's
say too old.
too old, yeah.
I mean, you're talking about in their prime.
Yeah.
It would have to be like if Luka, Joker,
And
and
Anthony
Ant-Man
Edwards.
got together.
Right.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be
Right?
crazy. That'd be crazy.
And it's amazing
But I don't think it can be replicated.
No,
I really,
it can't.
we're so
because you're asking guys who can make $70 million to take maybe
it's weirder
40
for a
million.
guy. It's even weirder. It's weirder for a guy to stay with his team the whole time of his career now than it is for a guy to change teams.
Yeah.
It's just so
Right.
It's so part of what makes the NBA popular. You know, like they almost like it's weird. Like if now maybe the money, like SGA is going to probably never leave OKC because he'll make $1 billion contract by the end of his career.
Yeah.
With the way that the NBA contracts are going. But I don't think it can be replicated.
No.
Anyway, why'd you ask?
No reason.
Oh, okay.
Brian Windhorst.
It's funny. His name is Windhorst.
Yeah.
But wind ain't affecting him one bit whatsoever.
Leroy.
I'm sorry.
One may say he's
I'm sorry.
That was low. Like, come on. Just why not?
Well, our boy Wendy says this is what stands out 15 years.
I tell you about Decision Day. One, they raised millions of dollars for Boys and Girls Clubs that night, and they just botched the rollout of that announcement so poorly. They didn't tell people that clearly enough. And so it's lost to history. That's one. One of the reasons, you want to know why? Because when they were supposed to be rehearsing it, Kanye West showed up where LeBron was hanging out before the game unannounced, distracted LeBron. Not that that was the reason, but that was one of the crazy things that happened that day.
Goodness. Okay.
Number two, when the Cavs were informed of LeBron's decision, it was Rich Paul, who was not even LeBron's agent yet, who called the Cavs. They respected him for doing that, and that formed the basis of the relationship that helped LeBron come back 4 years later. That's important to remember. And when did the Cavs start getting LeBron James back? They got him back the next day, because what nobody remembers is after that Dan Gilbert letter, which was, on fire.
Yeah. Literally.
Dan Gilbert and Chris Grant, the general manager, came together and did a sign and trade. They actually traded LeBron to Miami, got over that emotion, and they got assets back that helped the Cavs later on build the team. Part of those assets were used to trade for Kevin Love. So
and the contest is nobody thought about any of this stuff with the decision. He literally mentioned 3 things nobody thought about with the decision. Like, enough, Windhorst. Wow. Like, very nice. LeBron raised money for charity, but then he's like, Rich Paul made the call, and his return started the next day. That's what you thought about?
Well, no.
Let me tell you something. No, he didn't think about that.
No.
Now, maybe in retrospect, he's thinking about it, but I bet you at the time he didn't think about that.
Absolutely not.
Get out of here.
I love the way owners and GMs and coaches can get upset about certain things in the sport, but a player can't. Because, let's be clear. Dan Gilbert lost his damn mind with that letter. Right? And there were no ramifications or anything.
It was crazy.
And then first of all, if you're going to be that petty in a letter, then you probably shouldn't have did a sign and trade.
Dude, and you want to know it's like also a little bit of horse bleep about what he's saying. Like, yes, it ended up being a sign and trade, and like he gave up assets, even though because they thought they were going to get LeBron. The way it worked back then is they signed 4-year contracts with opt-ins for 2. So you could extend it to 6. So the Heat was like, yeah, LeBron's never going to leave us. Like, Chris Bosh is never going to leave us. Sure, take our first round picks. Who cares? What are they with a 32nd pick?
Right.
Who gives a rat's ass? But Dan Gilbert was whining about the collective bargaining agreement. He was demanding trades get vetoed. Like, he wasn't planning to get LeBron the next day. He was planning to get LeBron. Shut up. Nobody thought about that. Anyway, just whatever, dude.
Struck a nerve there, Wendy.
It's just, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
What?
What's he talking about? What is he talking about?
I'm like,
because he's done this bit before. No, he's done this bit before where he's like, because I thought that LeBron's return started on Zdrunas Ilgauskas' jersey retirement night. Like, what are we talking about? It started the next day. Like, okay, what if Gordon Hayward signed with them, and then they wouldn't have had the cap space for LeBron? Did it start the next day then? It's stupid. It's a stupid thing to say.
I don't know. I just think one of the things that happened with LeBron and has happened throughout his career has never happened with any other superstar, right? Like how they go after him, how they talk about what he can or can't do. I mean, I remember, Skip Bayless going after LeBron, and I started thinking, y'all saying that LeBron ain't no, Michael Jordan, but y'all talk trash about Michael Jordan his first 6 years too. The whole thing with Jordan was great scorer, can't win a championship. You can't have a championship with your main scorer being that ball dominant, right? That was the thing.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden we forget that we said the same thing about.
Nobody says anything about Jordan these days.
Right. Exactly.
What else you got in the mixed bag, Froggy?
I don't want to get too bogged down in this, but real quick, yes or no? If Patrick Mahomes decided to leave the Chiefs and join the Eagles, for example.
No.
You know what it would have to be? He would have to go to the Cowboys.
Yeah.
If Patrick Mahomes and Jamar Chase were able to opt out of their contract. The thing is, in football, you can't do, but if you were able to do something like that, that would probably have to be it. You're on the right path. Like, it would have to be something like that, or I guess like Joe Burrow or Josh Allen. If Josh Allen left beloved Buffalo, he's the most beloved, and he's just like, I can't win here, and he's like, I'm going to the Cowboys.
Wow.
But he was but he never won the big one. Because even Mahomes, it's hard because part of LeBron, people making fun of him was, oh, you're a coward. You're going to play Robin to D Wade. You can't win. D Wade's already won. So it's like, it would have to be like Josh Allen leaves Buffalo to go to the Cowboys with a star, with Saquon and Jamar Chase.
Whoa. That's crazy. All right, staying in the basketball world, which we were on originally, Brad Stevens.
Ugh. What is this? This is the Annoy Me mix bag?
Must be. So far.
Just shake up the bag and pull out. What do we got here? Brad Stevens.
What's the next cut? JJ Redick?
Well, Brad Stevens, obviously the Celtics are one of the teams that are going to be taking a step back this season because of a major injury to their star. This is Mr. Stevens on his expectations on the season.
My expectations are always the same. Compete like hell to win the next game. That's always going to be it. That will always be it. And that's the way that we're going to try to put our foot forward. We've got some new guys. We've got some guys that'll have to take on extra in their roles, but we believe in the guys that have been in the building, and we look forward to getting the guys that haven't, and all working together to try to create a team that functions well together and plays hard as hell. That'll be it. I've said many times that the North Star for me is winning championships, and this is without question. When you trade guys like Drew and KP, there's some retooling going on. But the one thing that when I was coaching, when the term rebuild came up, I thought it was a crazy term. None of us were here before, so it should be build, right? You're always building and growing towards something. And for this group, we've got so many guys back that are really good players that's not going to be part of the lexicon in our building.
You know what? Can I just give a
Wow. Okay.
Game recognized game. I know a semantic samurai when I hear I know a semantic well, how can it be a rebuild? We've only been here for a build. Well done, Brad Stevens. Well done. I see what you're doing.
What are we doing?
Oh man, give us something else in the mixed bag, Marcos. Maybe somebody who doesn't infuriate me.
All right, here we have Colin Cowherd. What's the deal over there? Well, we heard from Eric Glass earlier as he talked about our boy Ghosty.
I'm a glass man.
This is him praising Keshad and Pelle Larson for their activity during yesterday's blowout victory.
We're trying to get Pelle on ball reps a little bit more than what he got as a rookie as part of his growth. KJ, I didn't feel like I did a good enough job in the first game that he played, getting him involved in the offense. I thought KJ played his role very well, and he didn't press, and it was a really concerted effort for me to get him in more actions today. And then you see a lot of the production in the box score because I was able to do that. You know, he's a good player. He made good reads. We trust him. So I was happy with how we were able to involve him.
He was out there like a ninja.
It was amazing.
Hacking folks.
Oh, you're talking about Kasparas.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was but yeah, we got two KJs. You got rookie
right.
KJ and you got sophomore KJ.
Right.
But Keshad Johnson played awesome. Jakučionis, work in progress.
Keshad is very, very athletic.
Very athletic.
And I don't understand how can that not help you?
I don't either.
But see, so I think that's my whole problem with how the Miami Heat have done things, right? I'm never going to tell them what player I think can help or hurt them. But I'm saying you got a lot of guys in your organization who you have no idea because you refuse to put them in the pressure cooker to see if they can handle it. I mean, Keshad came up, 2 or 3 times, played some.
I think he only got really 2 real games where he got
Right.
to play. One he put on a crazy dunk show. It was awesome.
Right, but that's don't you need to know if that's going to work out?
Yeah, I think with him, I think it's okay to have development projects. I think that's okay. But I do think okay, they had their year to cook. Now it's they should play.
And again, this is one of those situations where you've developed a guy, you haven't played him, and then you play him. He shows some of what he can do. And now you have to make a decision that pays him a lot of money, and you haven't gotten. See, part of the thing about contracts for me is if I'm going to extend you, I would at least like to know you exceeded, and it's almost like I owe you.
Mm-hmm.
So I can justify it. With these guys, with a lot of guys that the Heat run through their organization, you have to make a decision before they actually really
and I think
gave you anything.
And I think with him, it's a little different because I think he's an undrafted guy. So I think this is the last year that's guaranteed. So you better find out.
Right.
You better find out.
And so that's I think there's too many guys on this team. Not that you don't think they're going to be good or not, but you don't even know.
Mm-hmm.
You can't even have a conversation with it because you haven't seen them play. And they go, oh, he's working his tail off again. That ain't the game.
Steph says Keshad too small to get rebounds against bigger players, gets boxed out. He can dribble better than Highsmith and jumps higher. Yeah, I mean, he's not very. I don't think we really know. I think that's one of those things.
Right, but
you're gonna trust Haywood to be there. And he's pretty big. He's bigger than Haywood Highsmith is.
He's wider body. But I'm like, okay, do you realize? And here's what I would like people to think. You say that about Keshad, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you realize Bam is a 6'9" center, and all the guys he defend are taller than him?
Yep.
So, you can't keep saying that. If you want an athletic wing, and you want a guy that you can put in and maybe plays some defense on the wings, then he's got to get some minutes somewhere. He's very athletic. He can get up and down the floor. How well does he shoot?
Shoots okay.
Okay.
He shoots okay.
Right?
I think that's probably the big thing that they're working on. But they worked on that with Haywood, and Haywood became a pretty respectable shooter.
Right.
Everybody leaves him open. I don't think anybody defend, but
right.
he'll. There's been how many games do you think Haywood Highsmith has killed somebody with a 5 for 7 from downtown because nobody was respecting him?
Yep. Pretty much.
So I think it's going to be something of that ilk. And I'm not saying that cast off Haywood, but if there are other moves to happen, somebody else wants Haywood Highsmith in a deal, maybe that's a direction that they go in. So
I don't know. I just think you need to put these guys in a position.
But I'm going to tell you something right now. Pella's a dog, dude. Him.
That's my second group. He'd be in the second line.
Pella's an absolute.
So could you imagine? Well, here's the problem. Who you going to stagger? Because you got to stagger scoring. You can't put Davion and Pelle in on the same, right? Because they're both dogs. But, I mean, Davion had a career year shooting the 3, didn't he?
He had a career year, and he had a career run with the Heat.
Right. So from that standpoint, I get what they do on the defensive end and with the hustle. But you can't have two guards out there and neither one of them can shoot.
Can't wait to watch Team Sweden.
Team Sweden?
Yeah.
For what?
Bella, Eurobasket.
Oh. Who's not playing? That
Kasparas. He's not
Kasparas
playing.
not playing. Is
Nico's
Jaime
playing for Team Mexico?
Uh-uh.
No.
Oh,
Mexico's not in Europe.
No, I'm just give it to me. Give it
Minus
to me.
one.
I wasn't even. Let me be fair. Let me be fair. I wasn't even thinking Europe. I was just thinking guys from, different, like almost like the Olympics, right? Like FIFA.
Minus one.
I'll take it. I'll take it. But I love the way you just responded. Oh, you think I'm from Europe? Like he whispered it, but loud enough so everybody could hear it.
Take a break. Back after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. It's Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Oh, hello.
Hello, guys. How you doing?
Lovely Wednesday.
It is a lovely Wednesday. Look at Leroy. Why are your headphones on your cheeks?
Because I don't need it very loud.
Okay, well, you know what else isn't very loud? Not speaking into the microphone.
True.
Sorry. Thank
you. You can also control the volume on the bottom, by the way.
Wow.
She just hit you with a sass.
That was like 30 seconds of sass, like 30 seconds in.
Well, you got me in there.
You
missed it. I was spitting bars over there with Marcos.
Every time I go hit it, you gotta go with the A&T drag.
You got him sounding like the scat man.
He goes. It's a little too long. I'll just speed it up.
We're working on a new A&T dry cleaners commercial, and it's going to be like, we got what dry cleaning? We got two dry. We got great dry cleaning.
I cannot wait to hear it.
It was like Marcos. That doesn't sound like me. He goes,
put some jazz music in the background.
But it's close.
Oh, man. Headlines are brought to you by Doral Kia. Doral Kia, choose from over 500 new Kia models in inventory at the Sport, Sorrento, and Telluride. Remember, when it comes to Kia, the great deals are at Doral Kia. The Marlins, they are rolling right now. 11 straight wins on the road. They beat the hell out of the Reds yesterday, 12-2. Eury Perez went 5 innings. He gave up a run on 2 hits, 8 strikeouts. Fish put up a 7 spot in the 3rd inning. It was all downhill from there for the Reds, who can't hit. That is why we took the over on Eury Perez strikeouts. I don't know if I have the guts to do it today with Sandy.
Love you, Sandy. Slump buster?
Maybe.
Come on.
Maybe, or he could be their slump buster.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Let's let the value decide. How about that?
You know what? Good call. That series continues today. 7:10 is your first pitch from Great American Ballpark. Heat, they finished off the California Classic. They're now heading on to Sin City. They beat the Warriors yesterday.
Sin City. Is that what Vegas is called?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
What? Really?
What?
Interesting. Really?
Yeah.
What? Since what? What'd you think it was called?
Vegas.
All right.
It's been Sin City for quite some time.
No,
the concrete jungle.
Even the no.
No, that's New York.
So no, I'm trying to think. Even when I was there, yeah, I guess you get that from the movie, right?
I don't know where.
Remember the movie?
I don't know the first person to call it Sin City.
Yeah, I don't like. Yeah, and I live.
I feel like it's based on because it's built on gambling and
I lived there.
You didn't know it was Sin City?
Yeah. No.
This is strange.
That's a very strange thing. Do you know what Miami is called?
Yeah. Wait.
Sin City Part 2.
No.
Huh.
It's called.
They have a casino named after it.
Yeah. And you are
Magic City.
Magic City.
You're 100% right on the origins there, Tobes.
Because of gambling and the hooking?
Gambling and the hooking. And that gambling was legalized in 1931.
Yeah, with the mob.
Yep.
Chicago.
With the vice and organized crime.
Chicago?
Chi-Town.
Oh, what is it when you're referred to as a city? Don't give me other nicknames for the town.
No.
Second City.
What
is it?
Second City.
That's what Chicago's called?
Yeah.
I thought it was the Windy City.
I thought it was the Windy City.
It is also the Windy City. This is also part of that.
Wait a minute.
Wow.
But only part of it is windy.
Wait. You just got on me, and he just gave you an alternate name.
Yeah, I've always heard the
Windy. Not like I
City.
didn't know the name.
Second City is.
You know what Cincinnati is?
Chicago.
Queen City.
That's the Queen City.
Queen City.
I know that.
Yeah. What about North Dakota?
Cold ass city.
Ethan says, wait until Leroy finds out that Florida is called the Sunshine State. It'll blow his mind.
I know that. It says it on my license.
Good for you. It's like you being proud about remembering your password.
Oh, do you know what?
Hey, y'all best believe I ain't gonna lie. You know I'm in here with a fist pump every time I get the password right.
You know what a Crescent City is?
That's New Orleans.
Boom. I didn't know that one. Did you know that one? Crescent City?
Crescent City? I didn't know that New Orleans.
You know
was a
why?
city.
Because the Mississippi River
Yeah.
crescents right there.
But the other one, everyone calls it the Big Easy.
No.
No one calls
Nobody
it
from New Orleans calls that.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
No, nobody.
NOLA.
NOLA.
No, we don't even use that.
NOLA.
All right.
Nobody says NOLA that lives there.
I like this. What other city stuff? This is, this geography thing. If you actually learn it, it's pretty good.
Well, we did learn today Mexico's not in Europe.
That is
crazy to me.
not
No,
a best
that-
moment.
no.
Not
But
a
how the
best
conversation went, and I was thinking, who else is from somewhere else? I wasn't thinking of Europe.
But it's called
You know what they call Cleveland? The dump.
Does Cleveland, is it Rock City? Is that what they call it? Like, what-
City.
Is it
Ooh.
no, it's not Rock City.
They call it the Forest City.
The who?
The Forest City.
The fort? I've never heard of it called that.
What about
never-
the? I've heard it
Never.
called the Land.
I've heard it called the land, yeah.
The land.
But I've never. I'm trying to just go by strict city.
What about
names.
Detroit?
Yeah.
Motor City.
Motor City. Yeah, that's good.
Caitlin Clarke, she's going to return from injury tonight. She's missed the last 5 games with a groin injury.
When she left, she was struggling.
Aces star Asia Wilson left the game yesterday. She fell hard on her wrist.
That's the worst.
She was playing the Liberty.
That's the worst. Liberty.
You guys forgot a very important city, by the way.
Which one?
City of Brotherly Love.
Philly.
The Emerald City.
Emerald
Is that,
City.
New Jersey?
No.
No.
That's a Wizard of Oz.
Emerald City.
Emerald City.
Orlando? No, that's no. What was Emerald City?
No, I was right. Wizard of Oz.
Seattle.
What?
Is that what it's called?
Who cares?
No one calls that.
It's very known for it.
I shouldn't be held accountable for
Emerald
knowing
City.
what they're called on the West Coast.
Rain City. Steel City.
You've been there.
Pittsburgh.
Wow.
I know that.
I like this. This is fun.
You know what the loser city is?
New York.
What's
Beantown?
Edmonton.
Edmonton.
That's great.
What is Boston? Beantown?
I just said that, yes.
Oh.
What is their city known as though? Is it just Beantown? They don't have a city?
Bulb City.
Just says Beantown.
July sports talk, ladies and gentlemen.
Love it.
What about Denver?
Stoner City.
Mile High.
Mile High City. Yeah.
That is Mile High.
Mile High City. Yeah. He's good.
I lived there.
Yeah,
You
well,
did?
you
As
didn't
a
know
kid.
Sin City though. I can't.
Yeah.
I
trust
didn't know
you.
that.
Yeah. Well,
Speaking of Denver, by the way.
the whole story
Mhm.
is my mom and my dad were going to split up. So me and my brother moved with my godparents with my mom to Denver. We were there for 6 months. Me and my brother were, just miserable because we wanted to go back home with our friends. We went back and then had a sister 9 months later.
Wow.
Yeah.
Speaking of Denver, by the way, see the Joker didn't sign his extension.
What is now? Wait. Can I ask you this? Is it because he qualifies for more if he waits?
Everybody qualifies for more of their weights of his ilk, but it's interesting. They're kind of a poop show right now with all their stuff that went on with their coach
Look,
last year.
You know what you are.
It's
right?
interesting. That's all I'm saying.
You're almost like I'm watching this show Rain,
Hmm?
right? And every time somebody makes a misstep,
Hmm.
there's always like a little finger on the side trying to manipulate the situation into their favor.
See, here's the thing when people say the more money thing, though, it's like, yeah, but he's Nikola Jokic. Like,
so he's
people are
gonna
they're
he'll just
pay him.
redo it in 4
Yeah,
years.
they'll make up the money at some point. Like it's up to it's just like maybe he doesn't like horse in Denver anymore. Do they have a racetrack in Denver?
Everybody has a racetrack.
It's probably too thin for the horses, you would think. Feels like more of a rodeo state.
That's a good point.
You think a rodeo is easier on an animal?
Than sprinting a race? Oh yeah. What do they gotta do? 8 seconds? Race is 2 minutes.
Box down.
Dude, but
Look at
the
that.
8 seconds is a lot longer because keep in mind,
No, it's not long.
you put something around the animal to make him mad as hell.
What, a person?
No, what makes them buck like that, they put the strap on them. They're basically trying to get the strap off.
You're trying to argue a rodeo horse is more athletic than a thoroughbred?
Wow.
More athletic?
Yeah. No.
What?
Yes.
Wrong.
What?
Not true.
Just wrong.
Can't do that.
So who's more athletic?
The one on steroids.
Who's the fastest guy in the world right now?
Usain Bolt?
No.
Noah Lyles.
Noah Lyles. So
Some
would you
surprise.
say Noah Lyles is more athletic than Tyreek Hill? No.
No, but a game is
Because he can only run straight ahead in a straight line.
That kind of goes to my point, though. Is like
What?
the game that the Tyreek Hill has to
Running
play
in a
is-
straight line and fast doesn't make you athletic.
but the game is longer. So for a horse, you're talking about a 2-minute race,
Yeah.
which is basically a whole NFL game, as compared to bucking somebody for 6 seconds, which is compared to a sprint.
Oh, it would be here. You want me to give
You're
you a good
flipping it.
analogy? I'm gonna give you a new analogy. All right. Would you rather be in a fight with one of the puny boxers,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because they're gonna hit you a whole bunch of times because they're not fast enough. Or would you rather be in a fight with a heavyweight?
Which heavyweight?
It don't matter because your ass getting knocked out, and it's gonna hurt. That little guy might not hurt you, but you might get peppered for.
It's a terrible analogy.
No, it's not.
It's right up there with your Carol Brady one.
My what?
Your Carol Brady analogy.
Who's Carol Brady?
What?
Orlando should be the Magic City.
All right. Hey, scrub this from the podcast.
That's fair.
Why?
It's the whole segment.
That's fair. I don't need this anymore.
I see the chat is in they're in off-season mode. Nothing to talk about either. So they just gonna attack us.
Yep, that's how it's gonna go. That is how it goes.
Let's say, wait, let me read some of these. Here we go. Two know-nothings get into a heated debate about nothing. Yes, like
That's the
how
show.
long have you been?
Welcome.
Right?
We welcome
Only
you.
Leroy rocking Marlins gear. What a show pony.
It was very annoying. I mean, you know,
What?
because you were raining on our bet parade yesterday.
Can I be honest?
What?
I had on the black pants, and I looked in my closet and I saw black and I grabbed it.
Mhm.
I didn't know it was Marlins on the front. So,
But when you saw the word Marlins, you're like, perfect.
let's not forget, this was my favorite one. Tobin isn't Littlefinger. He's a chicken finger.
Good for you. I'm glad you're happy. Only
Had
one of us
to address
can
that one.
Oof.
That's not how that conversation went, but you did, you know, make light of it.
Speaking of Europe, did you see Joker, who did not sign his extension? Did you see he's now happy again because Horse won?
Oh,
Was he riding it?
No, the horse can't drag around that 7-foot
Yes, you
giant.
can. No, the way those things are, they're all fat. Where's he racing?
He's not racing.
No,
He
but I'm saying,
owns-
where's his horse running? Look at that track. They're just standing outside a fence. What? That doesn't count.
What do you mean it doesn't
That
count?
does not count.
I don't know what races are like in Serbia.
Look how close the truck is to the horses.
This guy is so happy. He's not been this happy.
Dude, look at that. Oh my goodness, that's a Timo racetrack.
I can be that.
Look,
You said that was a Timo racetrack?
The harness racing, they're not in shape and weigh $120. You don't have to have weight class.
Literally was not this happy getting Larry O'Brien.
Right, yeah, like the guy on the back be over $2 bills because the way the harness is, it doesn't put pressure on the horse. So the weight doesn't matter.
Well, he's not a jockey. He owns horse.
No.
But the Serbia attendance is quite light.
They're just standing outside the gate like they drove by.
This does look like a sketchy operation.
Yeah,
What do you mean it looks like a sketchy operation?
Multi-millionaire. This
They're
looks like a
filming it in the back of a U-Haul, driving around the track, kicking dirt on the horses.
I don't think that guy is wearing shoes right now. Who's watching it on this side here?
Look at him, nothing.
No,
No
he's
concession
definitely wearing
stand.
shoes.
They just pull their cars up to the fence.
Well, they're on the back. They're on the back stretch. They're probably by the owner's pack.
How do you bet that?
What do you mean? How do you bet it?
We'll find a way.
I don't think he has to bet it. He probably has ownership stake in the horse. You think that he's betting on his own horse too?
Yeah, they all do it.
Yeah.
You know that. You know that. They
You
bet
already
on
have
their
enough.
own
You
horses.
already have enough at stake.
Regular old mattress Mac over here.
Hey, dum dum, is Serbia. They barely have plumbing.
We don't know how Serbia's plumbing.
Yeah, we don't know that.
We don't know that.
Would have been something though if Jovic was there with them. Oh, that would have been good.
Cruton.
Yeah,
That's what you would assume, right?
Of course. Well, Bam's in Greece right now. That's what I assume. He's there to see Giannis. That's what I would think.
Are we over this Giannis thing?
But
Are
is
we
Giannis
past
in
this
Greece?
Giannis
I have no
thing?
idea.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
I have no idea.
Is that like, can you do is that weird that Manti Te'o is in a Saints jersey?
There's probably they do themes like every day on the show, so I'm guessing there's probably a theme to it.
Nobody else is wearing a jersey.
See what he's wearing an Alvin Kamara jersey, isn't he?
Yeah.
Got to be a reason for it. Got great hair though.
That beard right there is very on the right.
Lane Johnson.
Yeah, very.
Yeah,
like,
he looks like lineman Santa.
That is pretty sweet beard.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Tobin looks like after 2 days not shaving.
Exactly. I just shaved
Dude,
before the
I
segment.
Can I
2 months?
really-
2
I
years?
can really add all the hair you've had on your face in life,
No.
and then not add up to that.
You couldn't be you couldn't be more incorrect.
That's a week right there on your face right now.
No, that's hours.
Wait. as long as I've known you,
Mhm.
no matter how much you talk about growing hair,
Yeah.
you've never had more than the crop dust.
Because I choose not to.
Okay. You also never, listen, this is how you know when a person shaves.
Mhm.
You're going to get a razor cut every now and then.
Not if you have steady hands. I'm like a surgeon.
Or not if you don't have hair.
No, you just lashing out, dude. Okay. I'm
You
not the
shave
only
with a razor or with electric?
I with a straight edge, like a Peaky Blinder.
Just a single blade?
Yeah, a single blade.
Wow.
Because it comes in so thick, so that makes the shave even closer.
Can I just say this?
It's a good sound effect.
First of all,
I sharpen it on a piece of leather.
Have you ever seen a straight razor?
Yeah, of course. I use one.
No, you don't.
I do too.
You need a blade
Hot
with
towel?
some kind of guide on it.
Of course.
Gotta do a hot towel with that. That's solid. Oh,
We just that he put the
Not the ASMR.
he put the what's it called? The aftershave on
Yeah.
it.
Little fragrance.
Fragrance.
Alpaca says
You
Tobin.
know what? Nothing says like I just got shaved with a straight razor.
Isn't
or
that
that's
very
over
irritating to
70
the
years
face?
old like grandpa, like aftershave.
Is what irritating to the face, JFig?
When you put fragrance on your face?
No, because it has alcohol that's supposed to help with the scratches and hopefully the bumps.
What's scratchy is my I can already feel it.
Because I'm gonna tell you,
I feel it coming in.
I shaved with a razor
Pretty thick.
when we did the
Beard, of
I did the thing with the company.
Mhm.
I shaved, and let me tell you, Jennifer, that first shave with the razor, right? You're like, man, this is so much simpler. Why haven't I done this before? Then I got up the next morning, face looked like a Nestle Crunch. And then I knew why.
Ooh.
My skin too sensitive for them hard, jail razors.
We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll play our favorite Wednesday game. Rats all for sure. All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. What do we got today, Jennifer, for Rats Off Our Ship?
Riptide. Riptide and Power 96. The free shirters.
No, that was a free shirt, too.
You cannot be talking. You are also a big fan of that. And we know me and Marcos are representing the station.
I paid for this.
I'm going to tell you right now, I am a big
I got paid for this.
I just got asked for a free shirt from Galen. He was like, give me a dirty boxing shirt.
Did he? Really? You know, he likes to ask for stuff. I don't know if he ever cashes in. Every week he's like, hey, improv, I'm coming this weekend. And he never does.
Well, who gives him the funds?
You should have told him, send your email.
What does who is the
Yeah.
We got Steve-O this week.
Steve-O.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, we got Steve-O.
Do we view him as a comedian or an entertainer?
Definitely just an entertainer. Yeah, he doesn't really even tell jokes. He just shows you.
Does he do stunts?
No, he shows you videos of.
Oh, and you know who did that? Remember, did you go when we went to see what's that show that comes on True TV?
Impractical
Jokers.
48.
Yes, I was there with you.
Didn't they break up?
No, one guy left, I think.
Yeah, one guy left. Those guys actually funny, except for one of them. You know.
Hey, wait.
What's up?
When I said the show on True TV,
yeah, first 48.
And you said what?
First 48.
First 48.
Yeah, it's filmed in Miami.
Wow.
Is that not filmed in Miami? I got candy.
Yeah, I heard you. You pulled a Leroy with the ASMR snacks.
Oh, what?
You know we got breaks to eat.
I heard it.
But no. Here's the deal.
Mm-hmm.
During the break, you got to go get the snack.
It is a haul,
right?
So you want a vending machine put over here?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That's exactly can I just say this?
They should.
Dear Candyman, you got to do something about your selection.
That's fair.
I feel like you can put in a request, Leroy. You just have to talk to engineering.
You guys seen that Dubai chocolate that's going?
Engineering's in charge of the candy.
Yeah,
too?
the green chocolate.
I've heard. Some
green
rumbling.
chocolate.
Yeah, green pistachio chocolate.
Is that
What
good?
do you got today, Jennifer, for rats?
Well, for rats, we have. How do we feel about LeBron James playing for the Lakers this season? Reports are things are getting frosty.
Ooh.
Why?
You know, a lot of thoughts. It's just not good over there. He's kind of annoyed. He's not happy with them. Maybe no extension talks. Saw that they sold for $10 billion. Doesn't like the roster. It's all Luka this, Luka that. You know, LeBron James. He likes a passive aggressive stink.
He does. He does kind of.
And I gotta tell you,
the thing is, sometimes you got to be comfortable with the decisions you make. I think at times LeBron has every right to do things the way he wants to, and he shouldn't worry about what people think. Sometimes he's too conscious or too aware of what people think, and it comes across as passive aggressive.
It kind of feels like he sees the new kid in school and he goes, oh, they like him better, huh? It's a little like a bombshell coming into Love Island and messing up the chemistry.
Because guess what?
Really
he went through it. He went through the same thing when D Wade said, hey, you got to be that guy.
And it's different, though.
Why?
Because he's 22 years in and he's LeBron. He's the face of the
So,
league.
but why would he expect anybody to build a team around him?
Because he's LeBron.
It just don't matter. It's 40-year-old LeBron.
Some would say LeBron James, next to a shooter, defensive point guard, power forward, like versatile, and a lob threat.
Ooh.
Interesting fit.
Look at that.
I'm rats off a ship that LeBron plays. I'm rats off a ship that LeBron plays in the Lakers this year.
Oh,
I don't think he is.
Like he won't even start this season?
No, I don't think so.
I'm not rats off.
I don't think so.
I'm not rats
I
off.
don't think so. I don't think he's playing on the Lakers this year.
Here's why I can't be rats off a ship.
I don't think he's playing on the Lakers this year.
I can't be rats off a ship because your intentions, you're trying to build the heat.
No,
and you're setting up every situation so these players come
have
to
I
the
thought
heat.
about?
Is that like
yes?
Wait,
the answer is yes.
You know what? When LeBron left, come on, dude. Come on.
What?
Don't be.
You know what heals all wounds?
Don't be that. Don't be that.
You know what heals all wounds?
Don't be that guy.
What does?
Oh, you, Frog Boy. Yes.
Time
heals all wounds.
Time heals all wounds.
Time heals all wounds.
You're not Pope Petty for.
I'm not that guy
wounds.
anymore. I'm not the guy anymore. And
What?
Guy needs some shooting around. And like, where would you want to develop Bronny?
Oh yeah,
heat system. You can't have him play in L.A. Bronny's not going to develop over there.
Can't do it
with only. You got to send his ass to South Dakota for a few.
That's right.
That's going to make him a pro.
Oh, Sioux Falls.
Mm-hmm.
So you think once LeBron leaves, Bronny goes right after?
Oh, yeah.
Follows him?
Package deal. Little sweetener. There's talks that the Lakers and Heat are talking. Like, they're talking about a Wiggins deal. What if a Wiggins turned into a Wiggins, Rozier, and Jaime Jaquez deal for LeBron and Bronny?
Look at that. You know what?
And of course, they got to give us a first round pick back. $52 million. You got to take a.
Hey,
something.
First of all,
what?
Come on, dude.
East is wide open.
Come on, dude.
The East wide open.
This is a compound fracture right now.
What do you mean?
Because you just
wow,
like come
injury
on.
talk.
So
why is it a compound?
Let me get this straight. You are now welcoming LeBron back to the Heat.
I would welcome LeBron back to the Heat
At the right price.
the right price on our terms. Wow, on our terms.
This right here.
Lakers don't give him the respect he deserves.
And you would,
of course. Time heals all wounds. Wiggins gets
not in
back
the
to
Twitter
West Coast.
world.
Hey, Twitter world. Rest in
That's
peace.
called saving receipts.
That's fine. Listen, he'd have some receipts on me. That's for sure.
Think.
But time heals all wounds.
I think I was at the store with you
I
one
think we-
time when you bought some of those.
I
tickets.
think we'd all be, we'd all acknowledge we were both in the wrong.
Look at that. Time heals.
No,
but time heals all
no,
wounds.
no.
So much
You
worse.
can't take responsibility
So
for what
much
you by saying we were both wrong.
I think we know.
Who cares about it? Only worry about yourself.
Hmm?
This is a self-help group.
Would you welcome LeBron back?
I never. Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so it sounds like we're on the same page.
No. Oh,
sounds like we're on the same page.
Time
except one.
heals all.
Except for one
You
small.
walked
fact.
right into that one.
You trashed him when he left.
Deserved.
I did not.
Deserved.
No, it wasn't.
That's because you love Cleveland.
No, that's because a free agent can go wherever the hell he wants.
Only one of us does a show with Jay Crawford. He cried. Buxton.
It's true. Got you there.
Just because you say boxed in doesn't mean I'm boxed. That's how he tries to get out of. That's the see. You
exactly
guys,
how it works.
you guys are falling for this, and you fall for it all the time.
What? Interesting how the
You
Bucks-
try to get out of your responsibilities in an argument, and you just go box in, box in, box in. See, right? You some of the things you said about LeBron when he left here. I mean, come on.
305 Maniac says LeBron is in the middle of building a mega mansion in California right now. Well, it sounds like he needs a place to stay for a couple of years
Look
while
at
it's
that.
getting built.
Gonna take some time
Oh.
if you do it right.
Sounds like a good old retirement home.
A
Time
retirement home.
heals
By the way,
all.
LeBron's going to be with the Lakers next year.
You think so?
Yeah.
Then why all the frostiness?
What do you mean frostiness?
I don't know.
And you read into stuff too much.
Do I?
Yeah,
All right.
you do.
That statement about Rich
And
Paul.
and how about this? You ever notice that there's always something brewing with a player that he wants?
I don't say I want him. I'm just saying I'd welcome him. I'm not like actively recruiting. Just saying if you're looking for a place to go.
And you're gonna get him to play for the
Wants to play
mid-level?
point guard. Wants to play point guard. I know a place. Jennifer, where were your rats? You think LeBron's going to be on the Lakers?
You guys make very compelling arguments, but gotta say,
Mm.
I'm rats off of shit.
Yeah. See?
Oh.
They know what everybody realizes. It's
All right.
Luka's ship now.
Listen, I'll be on that. I'm on that ship.
Okay.
He's gonna be with the Lakers.
Okay.
Huh.
Froggy?
Time heals all. And heels hurt to walk in. But they go with the bad.
So you've heard?
Your lip gloss in. It's a Drizzy Drake line.
Oh, Jesus.
And I say all that to say
Who's lip gloss?
No.
something like that. Rats off a ship, dude.
Rats off a ship.
Wow.
He's gonna realize how many wrong moves he made. Going to the Lakers, getting rid of AD, betraying Drizzy, Those are all the things that he's
Trade
going to
jersey.
Why do you continue?
You know he has like Kendrick Lamar tweets from 2012, right?
He betrayed him. Okay. Betrayed him.
What's number 2, Jennifer?
Well, Leroy, this one's for you. How do you feel about fat shaming Patrick Mahomes?
Wow.
Meanwhile, vacation photos are popping up of Patrick Mahomes, and he's fat. I'm going to say it, and I'm going to tell you the truth. That's why you hit the play button. He's an embarrassment. You're a $500 million quarterback. You've made all these comments in the offseason that we're going to do our talking on the field. We got our butts kicked in the Super Bowl. We're coming back with a vengeance. Dude, you're fat. Your belly would be fat at my pool, hanging out with us, 60-year-olds, okay? My skin's flabbier than yours. I get it. Stop. Stop the fast food. Do a sit-up. Do something. Yeah, I'm sure he's worked out and strengthened his arm, and he's done all kinds of different things, quarterback things, but there's no training to this man. I don't understand it. He's not a kid anymore. You can't just run through your NFL career eating Taco Bell all the time and door dashing fried chicken, which he loves from that one place over in Leawood. He gets it all the time. It's time, dude. It's time. And this going to camp and getting in shape is like 1970s baseball. Nobody does that anymore. That's not how it works at the highest level. But it is the start, and it is time, and I can't believe he was on vacation with his family, and he's done nothing. So I can report. If you haven't seen the picture, I'm just reporting to you right now. He's done nothing but eat and drink this offseason.
I need you to know that is a Kansas City radio host.
Like, you want to talk about ingrate?
Wow.
Wow, you made your match.
Super Bowls. He won 3 Super Bowls, and this guy, he lost one to a great team. Who is this guy?
Kevin Kietzman, I think. Ooh.
Can we just see a picture of him?
Yeah, I'm looking.
Because I'm going to tell you right now, before I pass. Now, can I say this? Being in shape is not a matter of how you look. Because I know some guys that work their tail off and they just never look like they have muscles. It doesn't mean that they were out of shape, right? That could be.
Also, though, like, you should get a couple pounds for every ring.
Right. Wait. No. Oh, we had that rule.
Did you?
Bill Belichick will give us a pound to win.
Really?
Yeah, after a certain period of time.
Good God.
Wow.
I got eyes on our boy.
Let's see.
On our boy.
He better have a muscle shirt on, and he better be.
I don't even think Patrick Mahomes looks that bad.
No, he better be body by Jake.
So he did mention though that obviously he's older. So
I don't care.
Damage
but
is
you know
done.
what? Leroy's older, and Leroy looks great.
I don't care. Him?
That's the one.
He got a dead body too.
Well,
and you weigh a lot less.
Yeah.
So this is the guy who thinks with that body, he has the right to tell a 3-time Super Bowl winning champion quarterback if he's in shape or out of shape. He's the guy.
TMZ.com says that Patrick Mahomes' trainer went Khabib on him and went on a rant on X that said, "Send me your location."
Wow.
Right. Like, but here, we all have these guys. You all have friends, right? Who look like they're out of shape, and you go do something athletic and they can run and jump all day. Like how this guy here is saying because Patrick Mahomes plays football, he should look a certain way. His body should look a certain way. And this clown has determined what that look should be. No.
But again.
And he's won 3 Super Bowls. Let's not forget that. In your town. This is not Skip Bayless throwing a hand grenade in the room and getting out. You're in the house.
That's crazy.
That's
He's
crazy.
been out for like 2 minutes judging this man.
Wait, who would that be the equivalent to?
It would be
If
like
we would
somebody
say
fat
that-
shaming Dwayne Wade in like the middle of the
The big 3.
in the middle, or even like after the big 3 and being like, D Wade, like Pat Riley said, less pancakes. Like, I have 3 rings.
Right.
I did some research on this guy. Apparently, he has a bit of a history with this Chiefs team.
Oh, yeah?
There's an article here from 2019 that he actually was taken off air indefinitely after comments about Andy Reid's family.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So he's one of those guys. Look,
I have heard that the Kansas City Chiefs, like, you know, there is like when you're on a radio show, like, or you're on a radio station, yeah, some teams are more sensitive about it. I've heard Kansas City Chiefs are very, very like sensitive about what is said on their flagship stations.
but guess what? They just won 3 Super Bowls. They can be that way.
He's flat.
Right.
Like you guys just why do you have to complain about something so minimal if he
And then go, Patrick, put down fried chicken. Hey,
if you want to make a sting,
interesting choice there.
Right. Fried chicken?
Interesting choice there.
Like, wow.
Wow.
What about
Would have been safe if he would have just gone Taco Bell.
right? No,
Taco Bell,
it
man.
wasn't enough. It wasn't
Stopped
enough.
at Taco
but
Bell,
but
man.
I don't.
how
I
long
don't-
was that audio? Because he went on for a
I
very
don't
long time.
understand when is it good enough, right? The guy's won 3 Super Bowls,
I was
right? He's worth every penny they pay him. He's never done anything wrong. He's handled himself like a pro. When is enough enough? When can you just sit back and appreciate what he's done? Right? And I would also say this. When it's time for that guy to play, whether he's fat, whether you think he's fat or not, whether he's banged up, whether he's hurt or whatever, that's the one guy on that team you can depend on.
I hate it.
Apparently, he's an embarrassment.
Right.
Tua doesn't even have 3 rings, and I like when he's fat. Doesn't run.
That's like,
You're gonna love him this year.
wow. Let me tell you something. If I was Patrick Mahomes and I won 3 championships and I got that big contract, I would send a whole truckload of fried chicken to this man's house.
That's a good prank.
You can, but
That's a great
also
prank.
Waste of chicken though.
it's a waste of chicken, and
I'll take some chicken.
it might be a win on his part too. So
It'd
no.
be like at the end of dodgeball.
Yeah.
This guy's gonna be sat on his couch.
I could have been.
Maybe send a whole truckload of the bones of the fried chicken.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's better.
Like so
You
like,
would like the birds looking more
isn't
murdered.
this too much? Like, isn't it too much?
It's way too much.
It's way too much. He crossed the line.
Right.
That being said,
Why?
what's
To-
what?
in there? It's not like it's down here
Right.
where they haven't won a playoff game in 25 years. It's not like it's with the Jets where they've been dysfunctional for however long.
No, look, we've even questioned when people were like, "Oh, is Tua partying too much this offseason?"
Yes, the answer is yes.
What? You don't know that?
No, it was yes.
But Tua hasn't won. Like,
right.
There's not a finish line.
Yes.
You know, like Patrick Mahomes is like, if Patrick Mahomes doesn't do, he could go 0-17 this year, and the guy will have statues and roads and everything named after him in Kansas City.
Right. But like
That
it's
being
like,
said-
it's almost, you know what? That sounds like a guy
Mhm.
who's jealous
Mhm.
of what somebody else has. And so he's gonna pick at it. Like, you know what, like you say,
I'm rats off a
not
ship.
that cute.
I'm rats off a ship on fat shaming Patrick Mahomes. But that
Yeah.
being said,
Rats off a ship. He got a dad bod.
is it worse than fat shaming a mannequin? People want to know.
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 Huh.
People want to know.
You know.
It said Mahomes didn't win 3 Super Bowls in a row. He's out of shape. It's like
Patrick.
How many straight Super Bowls has he been to?
4?
How many AFC championships has he ever?
7?
He's never
He's
not made the
never-
AFC
yeah.
championship.
Right. Just think about what you're saying. Who you're saying this about. Let's talk about all the injuries they had on offense and still won championships.
Crazy.
Like, yeah, man.
So
So
rats
rats off
off
the
the
ship.
ship here.
Yeah, they get that guy's a clown.
Froggy?
Was it 5 Super Bowls? Has he been part of 5 Super Bowls?
He won 3 and lost 2. He
He's-
lost to
he's
Brady
won 3?
and he just lost to the
Hurts.
Eagles.
Yep.
Hurts.
Can't keep track.
And is it 5 straight? No, because
It's not 5
Cincinnati.
straight, 'cause
Cincinnati
won.
went 1 year.
Okay. All right. Anyway, I apologize. Am I rats off a ship on fat shaming? No, man. Lose some weight. Tyler.
Wow. Marcos, we went down to the machine and you were breathing heavy walking back. You think you should be telling people that?
Do that.
No,
you
no,
can't
no.
grow down or fat shame, and then you fat shame him for a walk.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying.
And it was.
I don't want.
Wow.
He can't tell somebody they're out of shape, get in shape.
It was a brisk.
You're
pace.
wheezing.
It was a brisk pace. I was going.
No, you weren't.
You can admit it was lunges more than a bit of
No, it
a
wasn't.
walk.
Because you were nervous that you were going to drop those little bitty candies you were eating.
Why do they make them so small?
We gotta take a break. Back after this.
WQAM broadcasting live from the Ed Moore
All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program.
See,
what?
I like this time of year.
Why's that?
There's no penalty for going off script.
Yeah. We've been all over the place today.
Because there really is no script.
Unless you want to get back to talking some summer league, because I'm all for it.
No, we do have to come up with a
parlay. We got our Hard Rock parlay coming up later on
so
this
let me
hour.
ask you this.
We missed it by inches yesterday. A plus 3,000 parlay. Augustin Ramirez nearly. I gotta say, when this catcher's up there, that's got to be such a crazy situation where you're like, well, I got nothing to lose. I'm gonna get crazy out here. Marcos, did you see him at all yesterday throwing the lollipops, the 33 mile an hour, or were you out on Marlins by the time it got to 12-2?
No, I was awaiting your texts. I did not catch it in person.
He was throwing like it was damn rookie of the year, like throwing the lollipop softball. And it's like, you just saw it. You're like, I cannot believe this is where we're at because they're trying to get through this game. They've been smoked so bad by the Marlins. And we're just sitting here. And I'm like, man, Ramirez, because listen, he's a rookie. He wants to hit him some tater tots.
Yeah.
And he was licking his chops. And he's like, but that guy, that catcher who was throwing for the Reds, he wanted no part of throwing anything with any velocity. He's like, we're gonna see. By the way, only gave up a run.
You know,
did better than most of his pitching counterparts.
The guys who were actually
actually pitchers. He goes, why don't you guys try this? Throw super slow.
I was gonna ask, is that like a on purpose strategy of like just throw them up like that? Like,
yeah, I think he's just like, let's see if they can just they'll try and tomahawk it and they'll try and maybe hit it into the ground or hit. One guy popped out to the catcher.
Okay.
The first couple of guys got it done, and like so Ramirez gets the double. He comes around to score, and then he ended up getting out of the inning.
So I can be a pitcher
for an inning.
I was at Dave & Buster's the other day, and I threw like a heater. It was like 52.
Wow!
Look at that.
Oh, I remember. Well, I was in Cleveland when I first got to Cleveland. They used to have the thing in the stadium where you could check your speed as a pitcher. 97.
I don't believe it.
No,
no, I do. I do.
Dave South says,
Dave & Buster's.
Dave South says that Kasparas is playing in the Bummer League. He's going to turn it around. I'm telling you.
Sure.
It doesn't start till you get to Vegas. All he needs is to hit 1-3. He hits 1-3. I'm telling you, the floodgates are going to open.
Well, in 3 games, he only hit 1 shot.
Oh, I understand.
So
I understand. He has gotten to the free throw line.
Yeah. And you know what? He will contribute in regards to assists, rebounds, personal fouls. 8 of them, by the way, in 1 game. Not sure if you remember that.
He was aggressive.
Yeah, he was.
He was aggressive.
Yes, indeed, he was.
Headlines are brought to you by Doral Kia. Doral Kia, choose from over 500 new Kia miles in inventory at the Sports, Sorrento, and Telluride. Remember, when it comes to Kia, the great deals are at Doral Kia. Fish will be back at it tonight, 7:10. Sandman on the hill for the Marlins, Sandy Alcantara. So Fish will try and get that. The Binks Inter Miami takes on New England Revolution at 7:30 from Gillette Stadium. The Giants yesterday beat the Phillies via inside the park walk-off home run. That was kind of cool. Hit that brick.
Oh, that's cool.
You ever seen inside the park home run live?
No, I haven't.
Let me tell you.
That's fun.
Once they round second and get halfway to third, some heavy breathing.
Emilio Bonifacio, I was in attendance for him doing it on an opening day.
Oh, that's the guy who doesn't like being touched in the head?
Does he not like being touched in the head? I don't recall.
Who they used to pat on the head, and he would get.
I don't know.
I think that was him.
Maybe. I don't recall that.
I think it was Jennifer Figueroa, actually.
Doesn't like being touched in the head. So I saw it was there for that one. Derek Lee. I was there when Derek Lee hit a home run and an inside the park home run in the same game. Love Derek Lee. He needs to also be in the Marlins.
Well, you didn't even have to, not for nothing, but if you did that at Marlins Park, you didn't really have to hit it far because it rolled like
once it got to
past the outfield. It rolled for like 30 yards.
If you could hit it in the Bermuda Triangle, it would kind of bounce all over the place. That was the sweet spot.
British Open isn't this week. Open Championship. Scottish Open.
Oh, samesies.
Juan Pierre.
Open Championship.
Juan Pierre had an inside the park home run
against the Giants.
At Marlins Park or at AT&T?
I'm sorry, against the Tigers at Marlins Park.
Or at Pro Player?
Pro Player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luis Castillo, did he have one?
Yeah. Wow. I feel like he had one. Did he hit one and he also hit one from the right side? I don't know. The ones I was in attendance for, though, was Derek Lee and for Emilio Bonifacio.
Wow, so you've seen two? That's cool.
I've seen two.
Look at that.
I've seen two. Steve says, son Steve says, I thought Bonifacio was going to be a Marlins legend after that. He was not. He was not. He was fun, though. It's fast. Very fast.
I remember his name, so you had to be somehow relevant.
What?
Yeah, if I know your name, you were somehow relevant.
I'm glad that we caught you up there.
Emilio Bonifacio. Pretty good.
You think Jaime Jaquez is looking at Pelle Larson? He goes, uh-oh.
Yeah, I do think that. But the NBA loves this guy.
Who?
Jaime Jaquez. Wasn't he like an insider for the playoffs?
He was an insider. Yeah, he was a correspondent. But he says he's working with a mental coach in this offseason.
I did hear that. I don't know. He's got to be looking at it like, ooh. If not that, I mean, look, like you said, Haywood Highsmith is looking at Keshad or looking at everyone. Like, these minutes are going to have to come from somewhere. And it seems like those two are at the bottom of the totem pole.
I don't think that anybody. I don't think those two are helping his case because I feel like he's going into this year already like having to prove himself to get minutes because last year didn't go so hot. But I don't know, man. Pelle's playing so good.
Yeah.
And he played good last year. And it's not like
he did.
It's not like he's some guy who came out. You did pick him in the second round. So he is one of your, like, you picked this guy. You obviously like him a lot.
Yeah.
So I don't feel like there's going to be any of that politicking either.
Got to get the young guys got to get some run.
But it's young guy versus young guy here. Older sophomore versus, I guess, what are you in your third year? Are you a veteran? Is that what it counts? Or after
you're a veteran after your second year.
Okay, so he's a veteran.
What?
Yeah.
I don't count that.
What?
2 years?
As long as you ain't a rookie no more.
Anyone can do it for 2 years.
Really?
Can you do it for 3?
I thought you had to get to 3. So second year, you're a veteran?
I mean, you're just not a rookie. You're not a rookie, you
can't be a vet, though. That has to be.
You're thinking of veteran as being an old guy.
I feel like Jaime Jaquez, if he makes Kasparas Jakučionis pick up his laundry, I'm like, hey, Bam can do that.
You can do that
Tyler
in second year. No.
Really?
Yeah, you might not get away with it, but you can do it. As long as you're not a rookie.
Well, if he does pick up that laundry, I know where he can bring it.
Oh.
To the best dry cleaning in South Florida, dude. And that's our friends over at A&T Dry Cleaners. The owners are, that's our guy right there. You guys can call or text Ara anytime. His number is 954-610-9383. That's 954-610-9383, Leroy.
They have a seamstress on site, Ara's mother. So you're getting the best care because mamas tend to take care of your stuff.
She shields it down.
They can pick up, drop off your orders, and they service all of South Florida. South Florida, Dade, Broward, Southern Palm Beach. All you have to do is give them a call, 954-610-9383, and mention Tobin and Leroy, 25%.
Woo, 25% off. That is a nice little summertime discount. You want your wardrobe looking good. You got vacations coming up, or you don't want to do it when you come back from vacay. Let A&T Dry Cleaners handle it for you. You want to get a jump on the school uniforms because back to school will be here before you know it. A&T Dry Cleaners will take care of all of it for you. Again, their number is 954-610-9383. Once you use A&T Dry Cleaners, you'll never want to launder your own clothes again. Go. All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the show. Hockman and Crowder coming up after us today. Everybody in today, Jimmy? Everybody is on the show? Anybody on vacay? It's that time. Jimmy's...
Yes, everyone's on the show today.
There you go. All right, so check the boys coming on out in about 40 minutes. And you miss any of them, you can just catch them on the YouTube page and Twitch, as you can for our show. And you can also listen to us on the free Odyssey, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn apps. Streaming there at all times, and you can get your podcast there as well. The Heat, they will be back at it on Friday as they start Vegas Summer League. I believe Norman Powell speaking to the media today. So we will get to hear from the latest member of the Miami Heat.
Do you think he'll, for some reason, mention...
Powell! So you imagine you want me to just get on the Zoom call and be like, hey, Norm, Brendan Tobin, 56 WQM, what do you think of this?
Powell!
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
And then be like, what's your relationship with AJ Greer? And then you're good.
You guys really want my credentials revoked this year. It's really what you want. That's what you want to happen. Okay. Let us get to our favorite part of the show.
Oh, yes.
Which is it's time to get a little spicy. It's time for our bet of the night, which is sponsored by Hard Rock Bet. Hard Rock Bet is legal in Florida and the place to bet on your teams today and every day. Hard Rock Bet has props, parlays, and live play-by-play betting, and the no-regret first bet up to $100. If your first bet doesn't win, you get your money back to try again. Hard Rock Bet is offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. You must be 21 and physically present in Florida to play. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
I'm looking.
Be careful though.
Spicy.
Why is it spicy?
Let's go ahead. We got let's
Leroy, fix your camera before you even look.
Yeah, fix your camera, Leroy. You're off.
And why'd it go way over there?
That's a little bit weird. I don't exactly know
It
why.
usually goes the other way.
Oh, that's strange. It's got a mind of its own, these cameras. I feel like they've been a little bit more reckless lately. Going all over the place, doing what they please.
Summertime cameras.
Got a mind of their own. All right, Leroy, you got anything that you like tonight on the Hard Rock app? We got the Pinks in action tonight.
The Pinks.
We got PSG versus Real Madrid tonight.
For the is that the championship? Or are they done with
Semifinal.
that already?
Semifinal. Club World Cup semifinal.
Yeah.
What?
So
We got
you gotta help me out with some of these because
we
I'm
got
looking
Marlins. Marlins are in action tonight.
Oh, the Marmars. That's what we call them.
Because for some reason
Sandy's on
the
the hill.
the Marlins are underdogs.
They are underdogs. I saw that.
Yeah,
I saw
so is it because the
That's what I said.
little faith they have in Sandy?
Maybe just a home team turning it around. I don't think they're going to get a 4-game sweep is hard.
And they've lost the first 3?
They've lost. No, this was the 3rd game. Tomorrow's the 4th.
Okay.
But I'm guessing, yes, Sandy has struggled. That's part of it.
But so much so.
But the
it
Marlins
seemed-
are rolling right
I know.
That's what I'm saying.
What
They're
about
putting
the
up
other
some
pitch?
run.
Let's see pitching. So it's Andrew Abbott. Let's see.
Sandy.
Let's take a little look at that Andrew Abbott, huh?
So he must be pretty good. They have him getting 5 or more strikeouts because
He's cooking this year. Andrew Abbott. He's 7-1 with a 2.15 ERA.
Okay.
He has almost a strikeout in an inning.
Filthy.
Has given up 10 home runs in his 15 starts.
All right.
Ooh, look at that.
So
we got a meatball on the way. That's a spicy
Let's do this.
meatball.
I'm gonna go pitching.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Bounce back game for Sandy. 6
Santa?
strikeouts.
6.
Mhm.
I'm gonna bet the over
On
strikeouts
of the game.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Runs over.
Right.
Over.
Okay.
Which is scary because the Reds can't
So
score.
over 8.5 runs today.
Ooh, that's What's that?
5-4 game.
No, is that plus money or minus money?
Minus 115.
What is under?
Under is minus 105.
Oh.
So they like, yeah.
Marlins to win is plus 120.
All right. See, 5 strikeouts is minus 145. 6 strikeouts plus 140. Can you get 6 strikeouts? He averages a strikeout an inning.
You talking about Abbott?
Abbott. Yeah.
I don't know, man. Marlins are.
That's what I'm saying.
Marlins lineup's hot right now.
But
dude.
he is 8.
Yeah, but they suck right now.
I know.
They suck.
That's why I'm gonna do the under. The under on the game.
The under. We're betting an under. This is why you're not a vibe to parlay with. Dude.
Wow.
You're not a vibe.
That is it, dude.
Gamble with.
That is it.
Who wants to bet an under?
Boo.
Am I killing? Are you killing me, dude? This is not.
I want to win.
Okay, the segment is spicy. Not hey, this is perfect temperature.
Spicy.
Perfect temperature.
Wait, so you're saying because I didn't go over, that means I'm not spicy?
It's not. It's not. To be honest with you, like who wants to root for a pitcher's duel?
They're called chili peppers, Leroy. Not
All right,
green
fine.
peppers.
Let me go.
Fine. Well, you got to parlay it with something else, though. You can't just go with an under.
I know.
You want to bet on hey, we got a Cooper Flag versus Brownie tonight. You want to bet on a little summer league?
Oh yeah. Wait, let me go.
now
Oh,
he'll bet
now
on this
we're the
summer
summer
league.
league guy.
Wow, he was a little high scare. You saw that?
Look at this guy over here. Now he wants to bet summer league.
I don't want to.
You seem pretty
Mavs
happy
are a
about
dog
it.
tonight.
Hold on. Wow. Plus
Did you guys hear about the most expensive ticket to that summer league game?
Yes.
$2,500. That's what I heard.
All right, ready? Here we
on
go.
The Hawk and Crowder show.
Here we go.
What about Caitlin Clark's return?
Ooh.
Yeah, but she's been terrible lately.
They are dogs tonight against the Valkyrie. Oh, they're playing. Are they playing already? Why the hell are they playing right now?
Who?
The Fever and the Valkyrie.
What? Yeah, they are playing right now.
What's the singular of Valkyrie?
Valkyros.
Wait, but it's Valkyries. So what the hell did Tobin say? And
No, yeah,
wouldn't-
I think it's still Valkyrie, but you don't. You put an S on the end, but you don't.
It's Valkyries.
Huh?
It's Valkyries.
Valkyries, yeah.
All right, ready? So let's go on. Let me.
What is
Where's
that?
points?
Let's do the trumpet.
They don't do individual.
For what?
For
Yeah, you can't do player props in summer league. That's a ridiculous thing. How much of a degenerate do you think we are?
I mean, we're
Chooser
already
of the
there.
slate.
But
I'll take the
Valkyrie.
so you're taking the Mavs?
Yeah, let's take the Mavs money line.
Mavs on the money line.
Mavs
All right.
on the
Now
money.
we're talking.
Yeah.
What about the Pinks?
The
Let's
Pinks.
go
Pinks
back.
on the road.
Pinks on
Hold
the
on.
road.
We want to go over their Messi goals.
Wait, is it an MLS
Where is
game?
it?
'Cause
Yes.
then, the Messi is going to show
I can't
out.
do. I can do soccer, but not.
Lionel Messi anytime goal.
Inter Miami.
First goal scorer Messi plus 375.
Over 10.5 corners. Oh, okay. I was getting ready to say, wow. Hold on.
Let's go a little hotter than your Marlins undertake, huh?
Anytime goal scorer. Messi minus 105. Campana
Mhm.
plus 165. Suarez.
Mhm.
Thomas. Chancale.
Don't ask me, dude.
Let's see. Hold on.
Encarnacion.
You don't want to get a little messy, little spicy. Sounds like a Love Island bit.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
minus money.
Like that?
So
How about
Well, throw 'em
Campana?
in.
It's
Just
plus
throw in a little bit.
Throw 'em
165.
in there.
yesterday I took the what?
Yeah.
Campana.
Yeah.
Feeling Suarez a little bit more composed.
Okay. Then go Suarez.
All right, we're going
Let's
Suarez
go
goal.
Suarez.
Mm.
We got the
If we go a Marlins win, a Mavs win, and a Suarez, that's plus 1200.
we got to keep going.
Keep going.
All
Okay.
right,
I
keep
like it.
going.
I like it.
Let me go to Major League Baseball.
Back to Major League Baseball. You want to put a home run in there?
No, I hate that. I hate home
Why?
run bets.
Why do you hate home run bets? It's so much fun.
No, it's not. Let's go with
Maybe we go 305, little Manny Machado.
Sandy to record 6 strikeouts.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Come on.
Hear me out.
redemption
Can,
game.
okay, let's just. Can you
Hold
just
on, hold on.
Will you look at me? Can you hear me out? Hear me out. Look at me. Look at me.
What?
Just look at me.
Hmm.
We go Marlins win, money line.
Like it.
Mavs win, money line. Suarez anytime goal,
Uh-huh.
and we get a little 305.
Hmm?
Manny Machado home run
Spicy. Manny Machado.
from the Padres.
Yeah.
Who are they playing?
I think they're taking on the Diamondbacks.
Diamondbacks.
And at the Diamondbacks?
Hmm?
In that thin
No,
air?
it's in San Diego.
All right.
Arizona.
If you do that, plus 5,600.
Okay.
Come on.
There you
Come
go.
on, baby.
It's
Come on,
spicy.
baby.
Lock
That
it in.
is spicy.
Marlins to win.
It's spicy.
Mavericks to win.
It's spicy.
Luis Suarez scores a goal.
It's spicy.
And Miami's own Manny Machado goes deep.
I'm in.
Leroy's in.
Spicy.
We're spicy.
It's spicy.
Pretty good.
There you go.
Wow.
That's it.
That's good, baby. If you said plus 5,600,
That's right.
we're paying
So if you
rent.
go 10,
we're paying rent.
10, that's 1,000. $10 a
10,
piece.
10, 10.
So
and
it's
if you add
$20.
another 10,
Wow.
30, it'll be 1, 2.
Buckle my shoe.
that's right.
So it'd be 560, 560, 560.
5.
That'd be 1620.
Leroy, you can pay my 10, I'll pay you back. Just kidding. What if we don't win? I don't know.
Oh no.
I don't know. I was gonna take it from my winnings, of course.
Nope. I don't have a
see.
20.
All right. Hey,
Marlins.
what happened to my Manny Machado home run?
Uh-oh.
Where'd it go?
Marlins
The game
winners.
Oh,
started?
there we go. There we go. Okay. Nah, just fat thumbs.
Marlins win, right?
Yep.
Right? Suarez goal.
Yep.
That's all I got.
Mavericks.
Oh yeah,
Win.
Mavericks win. And Machado homer.
Hopefully Cole Swider's not playing tonight.
Oof.
If we just, I wonder if I just take the Mavericks off. We took the Mavericks out of it. It's plus 2,300. Not as good.
Oh, so the Mavericks winning bumps it up?
That much. Yeah.
Wait a minute. Who does Manny Machado play for?
The Padres.
Padres.
Oops. That's why I couldn't find him on the Pirates roster. Makes sense.
Wow.
Click on total bases over
Those Padres.
1.5 are usually plus
Pretty
money.
good.
Yeah, but I don't trust. See, the only over that I would have bet
Mhm.
would have been on Cincinnati side with Sandy.
Because you don't trust him anymore.
I mean, just he ain't back yet.
All right.
Suarez goal. It's gonna be so great. We're gonna be so rich.
Yeah. I'm taking my money to the Sizzler.
Yeah.
We're in.
I'm going to Bahama Breeze before they close all of them.
All right. We'll take a break.
That place has always been overrated.
Sizzler?
It's the location that has made it. It's right across from the arena. And so people used to go there. So they were packed. So they thought they were good. No, your location is good. Your food sucked.
Timbo Slices. What happened to not trusting home runs? Plus 5,600, baby. That's what happened.
Mind your business, dude.
Plus, it's Manny Machado.
Yeah.
Take a break. Finish things up on the other side.
Who's calling it? Who?
Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM.
Drake lover.
Take you guys up until 2 here on the show. So yesterday, Love Island took another twist.
Whoa.
Keshad Johnson. I like him even more because he just puts it so well. Spoiler alert, by the way, because I'm going to talk about it. But if you're not watching Love Island this week, you're not a Love Island fan because it's the final week.
Okay.
Keshad Johnson, Miami Heat Summer League sensation. He posted yesterday on Instagram the correct take, which is, I'm Team Taylor and Clarke. America tripping.
Whoa.
Which he's 100% correct about. I don't understand what America's problem is with Taylor finding love with Clarke because he didn't like Alondria. I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense to me.
Oh, they got kicked off?
They got voted off yesterday,
Yeah.
which was very obvious was going to happen because they had previously done a challenge where Taylor and Clarke were like the least popular and everything. And so it was just a matter of time before the next elimination was going to come that Alondria is probably one of the most popular characters on the show. And Taylor left her because at Casa Amor, he fell for Clarke. And, you know, Clarke was more affectionate. It just clicked. You know, they were together for 10 days, right? And, you know, eventually Alondria lost her bleep at the Stand on Business challenge. And, you know, Taylor basically...
What?
It was a Stand on Business challenge.
What exactly?
You had to like make confessions about people, and you had to then read these confessions about you.
Ooh.
And you either stand on business or not stand on business.
What happens if you not stand on?
Everybody stood on business.
Oh, all right.
You ask questions that are basic, like you really want answered or whatever, or like you're throwing someone under the bus, and then you have to basically speak your truth. And then if you are like, if you want, you can reveal who it was, who said it, like who asked it, or whatever.
Right.
Oh, we had that when I played for the Browns.
You had a confessional?
Yeah.
Can we do that on this show?
Sure.
Yeah, let's
We
play
can.
Because so the way it would go is it only happened on away games when we were on the bus. And the rule was if you got on this bus, then you was fair game. And so it would go like this. Somebody would go up to the front and say, I saw a guy last night at 2 a.m. when the bar was closing, leaving with a heavyweight. And then somebody would yell.
Why am I not surprised?
And then somebody would yell, is he on my left or is he on my right? So if you just fess up, we laugh for like 5 minutes, be done with it.
Right.
And as it goes on, right?
Gets worse and worse.
Yeah.
Wow.
So usually
more
guys
facts.
Yeah. So usually guys just fess up,
Got it.
get laughed at, then somebody else go up.
Okay.
And we just go through basic things. We had a guy who
That sounds a little bit more fun loving than this does. This got pretty heated. But anyway, for whatever reason, ever since Taylor, who's an original on the show, he was originally with Alondria, but I never like felt a spark between them. They were kind of just like they found each other.
Really?
It felt a little safe. Yeah.
Really?
And then
listen, I don't want a guy who chases critters in his backyard telling me about love connections.
Well, I'm an expert on Love Island, and one of the things that pisses me off about this season, it's been an eventful season. I found this to be one of the most unlikable casts, least interesting casts of all time. But the biggest problem with them is nobody found real connections. Everybody who is together right now is a gimmick.
Yeah,
Or
and
is
everyone
together
now
based
who's
on a weird
closing off,
elimination.
it's like, wow, how convenient.
Are
that
they
it's
together
not.
because that's who's left, not because
Right.
they
And
actually
the only couple that was truly, truly in love
together
was Taylor and Clarke, even though they found each other at Casa Amor, and there was, some controversy because he left Alondria
you
for
don't
her.
have to do the
That's how it said. So they find each other at Casa Amor, It doesn't make their love any less love.
That was the most I've ever heard it at that point.
So
no, now he's just messing with it. So he's gonna say it 30 times.
So I just found it crazy because it's Love Island, not Most Popular Island, not Friendship Island.
It's Explore Island.
Yeah, it's not Situationship Island. It's Love Island. These people very clearly loved each other the most. And yet they got sent home yesterday as the least amount of votes out of 6 couples. Makes no sense. It's stupid. And the show is stupid. And I'm very mad at it because they should still be here. And, you know, this Huda, she is like, she's going through couple after couple after couple. She's got another one who now hates her guts because she gives everybody like the willies. She breaks on everybody. She breaks bad on everybody.
She's still on the show?
Yes. And yesterday, she's with Chris. I've already done it. Okay? And Chris is like, hey, why don't you kiss me out in the villa? Like, you're like looking around. She goes, I don't like public displays of affection.
Wait, wasn't she the one that
whole argument could have been so avoided if she had just like
that dropping it like it's hot on?
Yes, the one who's dropping it like it's hot, the one who
looks like
the one who
did the stripper
upset
thing?
because she did the thing on Ace, and the one who was all lovey-dovey to start the show with Jeremiah. Now she doesn't want to give. And he was like, "You can't even kiss me on the cheek," and so like that's over. They're done. They're out. They're out. She blew it again.
I love Huda.
So how are they still like? How is she still on the show?
I don't know.
With a hood.
I don't know.
She's gonna be one of the top 3. Come on.
She doesn't deserve to be.
How's she gonna be one of the top 3? Don't you have to have 4?
Because they're not going to kick her out.
Because they don't vote. Because they're not voting for couples. They're voting for the most popular, and the most popular people on the show are Alondria, Huda, and Amaya.
See, but what did bother me about yesterday's elimination was the fact that Alondria and Nick aren't necessarily a couple. So the fact that they got rid of the one that was actually closed off, that was messed up.
Well, they got rid of her for you're talking about with it's stupid. They've been together for 3 seconds, even though, you know, Nick and Alondria, cool. I'm glad, but they're not. They've been together.
They're not actually together though. That's the thing.
I mean, I think they like each other. I actually see a spark there, more so than even Shelly and Ace. Like, I don't know, you know, Shelly, I've been rats off a ship on her for a little bit because of how she did Ace because of the whole Chris thing and Huda thing.
That was crazy.
Amaya's the one who's going to win the show for sure. Everybody loves Amaya. But and then there's Pepe.
Who's Pepe?
Oh, that's Pepe.
This guy, see, he's the only popular dude.
Is he the only? How many people
top
are
3? He's gonna be
how many people are left?
He's not going to make top 3.
How many people?
He's going to make top 3.
There's 5. No, there's no way. He's not going to make top 3. Because the women only like him. It doesn't matter. For him, it's Horny Island. Very clearly he's the most popular. He's the one everybody sweats on the island the most, or all the viewers.
I don't know why though.
Because he's been through 3 people. He's bagged them all. Okay. And they're just like, oh, but Pepe, you know, and he just keeps get to going. Like a horny dog. Just keeps to get ripping through everybody. And he's like, he's like, oh, I miss Hannah so much. Oh, Gladys, you're the best. Oh, I'm with Iris now. Oh, horny.
All right, look, the people want to know, though. I asked you this question earlier. Not a lot of people are veterans like you in this sense.
Yep.
Ekin-Su or Huda?
As far as like most
villainous villain.
I don't find Huda to be a villain. She's just
Ekin-Su was a villain, though.
You know, Huda's a little like LaMelo Ball, where it's like you're not going to win the championship with her, but like she's worth the price of admission.
Wow.
And I don't feel like this season would have even drawn ratings without her.
Oh, yeah.
She really carried the first half.
Look at that, man.
She really did. Like LeBron on the 07 Cavs. Like she really carried the first half because all of these people were super boring.
Got herself a couple Booby Gibsons, huh?
She does. But I'm telling you, you're 0 for 3. We called that a hat trick. I don't know what to tell you.
Whoa.
What am I supposed to do?
Yeah,
it's always the guy's fault? What am I supposed to do? What am I to do with that? All he wanted was a smooch. And you're like, they don't like public. He goes, we had sex in the bedroom next to everybody.
Yeah, is that not? I don't know. I don't want to be that guy, but sometimes women do that. You know, sometimes they switch it up on you.
I don't want to be like that either. But like, 3's a pattern. I don't know what to tell you. It just is. She doesn't deserve to win Love Island.
Whoa.
I don't think she's gonna win.
Who's gonna win?
She's totally gonna win.
Amaya.
I think Amaya's going to win. I think Amaya and
So
Brian.
right now there's 3 girls and 2 dudes.
No,
There's
it's 5
5.
couples are left.
Yeah.
5 couples.
5 couples. You got Pepe and Iris. Pepe's only around because women, they love Pepe because he's the bad boy.
Handsome.
You got
He's a
Nikola
bad boy,
Jokić.
really? I feel like people lean more into he's a very nice guy.
Oh, he's a nice guy.
Very nice guy.
He's banged 3 different women on the show. He's such a nice
Very
guy.
nice guy.
He's like, oh, like, love me in the sheets. I got to make it over this. Yeah, okay. Yeah, great
But
guy.
that's what I'm reading. I'm not agreeing.
Former professional basketball player.
I know.
Yeah, okay.
I always hate that though too, because then my wife's like, "Oh, you know him, right? He played basketball," and I'm like, "No.
No.
This guy
And
was
it was
not-
also overseas.
exactly
Whatever. He did
Chris.
play. Pepe
could have played for the Lava.
because Iris, like, come on, Iris, like, what?
You need to open up your eyes.
Name 3 words Iris has said all season. She hasn't said anything. She's riding coattails with Pepe.
Poor Iris.
They're not winning. Huda, Chris, over.
Wow.
Ace Shelley, maybe. I mean, like,
Okay.
But I thought you're not voting on couples though.
you do vote couples.
Okay,
Now you
but
vote
this
couples.
is
But I'm
not,
saying
this
a
is
lot
not
of couples.
every other season though. This is literally popularity. That's why I'm saying Pepe's gonna be top 3.
I don't think so.
He's
He's not, because he's not popular enough to top the top 3. Like, if
no, I've been the
top 3?
socials. The socials.
Amaya and Brian, who are the most in love left, they probably deserve to win. Everybody loves Amaya. Huda and Chris, that's over. It's going to be over. Shelly and Ace, Pepe and Iris, and who am I missing?
We're missing somebody.
Oh, Nick and Alondria. Nick and Alondria
yeah.
definitely make the top 3.
Wow.
And I think Shelly and Ace are going to make top 3.
Can't. They're not real.
I mean, they are though. They're gonna, but everybody loves Alondria. She's the most popular, except for Amaya. She's maybe second most popular. But Shelly and Ace, you know what they're like?
What are they like?
I mean, you already told somebody.
They also said a lot. I think it was
Ball.
yesterday's episode. They kept saying that they always fought. They were always fighting.
Who, Ace and Shelly?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Shelly's impossible. That's why. She's impossible. You know, she's like, oh, I don't understand why you let Huda grind on you. He's like, you just made out with somebody.
It's true.
Like, but you know what they're like? They've been around. They've gone through some, but they're like the mid-major. You know,
the mid-major.
Not a true strength of schedule, but they're together.
Okay, this is great.
So they're like Miami of Ohio.
It just doesn't make sense that Taylor and Clarke were sent. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't make sense that Taylor and Clarke were sent home.
I love
Doesn't make
that.
sense.
I love that I could add to this show without knowing one single thing about it.
So the final episode Saturday for
Yep.
sure.
Wait, so it's 5 groups
Saturday
left.
or Sunday?
When are they going to cut down
No,
to the
Sunday.
final 3?
Next episode, probably tonight.
Really?
I think they're
No,
gonna send somebody
tonight
home.
there's none.
So they're going to
Oh,
send,
no, then they'll send somebody home on Thursday.
they're gonna send somebody home on Thursday.
This show.
But wait,
skips
that still only
Wednesday?
means there'll be 4.
Then they send 2 home. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's getting cut down, dude.
But I mean, it just sounds like Love Island. A lot of the people are getting mad.
Not a lot of love. Not a lot of love on this island.
There is no love on this one at this season.
I mean, how can it be love when it's your job at some point during the show to get somebody else to fall for you?
Yeah.
I do love how all the athletes are tweeting about this now. It's never been more popular, the show. It's never been more popular.
I'm out.
It's overtaken UK. Do you don't understand what a powerhouse that is?
What?
Just to take over Love Island UK. I mean, it's very impressive what they've done.
I mean, the UK is good, but we always take their shows and make them better. I mean,
That's true. The Office, you know, you're right.
Deal or No Deal, Power Rangers,
Power Rangers.
Harry Potter.
Is that not one of them?
What was better, Harry Potter or Charmed? I rest my
Oh,
case.
come on.
Charmed.
What?
Harry Potter.
For different reasons, dude.
I don't think those are comparable.
They're not comparable.
You had 3 hot witches.
One of them was a book.
Like, that's not Harry Potter.
Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
All right. That's our show for today, you
Is it?
rascals.
Did we honestly do a show today?
Did we? I think we had
I
fun.
don't know.
It was a good
Because
time. It was a good time.
What have I told you about July Sports Talk?
That's where
talk
I
about Huda.
We'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
Look at the quickness.
Dude.
I'm like a crab.
Oh my goodness.
Stop.
Just quickly send us to break.
I'm like a crab on the beach.
Spaghetti.
What? You're JFizz. He's clearly a guy you need to be hard on, to get results.
Come and find me, motherfuckers.
Midday